Okay. Took some time to settle down. Too many wirings, complicated life. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. तो यहाँ बैठिए, यहाँ पे नहीं आए, है जगह ना ऊपर, आइए ऊपर बैठिए. We'll sing Hare Krishna tune for some time, then we'll some kirtans. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshikarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna is an amazing Prabhupada disciple, the one who started 24-hour Kirtan in Vrindavan. Does anyone know his name? And he said, when we are singing Hare Krishna Kirtan, we should think that this is the last mantra I'm going to sing for you, Krishna. Right? And that way we'll remember Krishna very intensely. Just imagine this is the last breath you're going to take. And in this last breath, you're going to chant his names. Right? And in that consciousness, we should chant also, he said actually. He said, this is the last, when we start chanting our 16 rounds, we should think that this is my last 16 rounds in my life. Every morning we get up, Lamma, I have to do 16 rounds, right? It's difficult, I have to finish my 16 rounds. But then just think that this is the last day you're going to chant the 16 rounds, right? And then when you come to the last round, you should think, this is the last round I'm going to chant in my life. And then it comes to the last mantra. You should think that this is the last mantra I'm going to chant in my life, right? And then we should finish the 16 rounds, bring back all the beat bags down and think, now I'm going to start my real chanting. Right? Yeah. So he said we should dedicate our chanting to Krishna. And our prayer should be very intense. So intense that Krishna in the Goloka should hear our voice and reclaim us back. He should give us the faith how to chant. Many of us experience this exactly. If you see the time right now, what is the time? 4:46. This was the time 2 weeks back. There was intense chanting going on here. And Barsana Devi Mataji was right there in the bed. And she was hearing the holy name as if every mantra is the last mantra she might hear. Right? And between the chanting, she left her body hearing the mantra. So Prabhuji just told it was Mataji's great desire that satsang should happen in this house. And now it is happening. Right? So every desire of devotee is fulfilled and taken care by Krishna. Don't think this house is fortunate. We are fortunate that we have come here. Right? We are fortunate that we are fulfilling the desire of a devotee who was very sincere in the spiritual life. Right? So we should be very grateful. Let's thank Prabhuji, Chaitanya Keshav Prabhu, and Barsana Devi Mataji. She is very much, as we know, soul never dies. Soul is always there. Wherever she is, I'm sure she will take a break and come here. So, okay, it's happening in my house. So let me see it, right? So let's thank both of them, the three loud and enthusiastic Haribols. So as we chant now, just think that this is the best mantra I can chant. Every mantra. Is this the best mantra I can chant? Can I be more? It's not about music or tune. Actually, we should not sing in tune because that makes us more tune conscious. It's about mantra conscious, right? The name conscious. So let's sing with that consciousness. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय, श्री गौर निताय की जय, ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय, हरे कृष्ण। Thank you all for coming and singing Hare Krishna mantra. Thank you, Prabhuji, for inviting. Prabhuji?
Giving us the opportunity. We should be grateful to you and your group.
Oh, Krishna. We're all your servants, Prabhuji. We're all your servants. Thank you. We'll sing this one bhajan or Vaishnava Thakur. It's about praising great Vaishnavas. So who is the Vaishnava Thakur? Can you see a Vaishnava Thakur around you? Just look around, to your left, to your right. You see a Vaishnava Thakur around you? Yes. Yudhishthira Maharaj's consciousness was, everybody is a Vaishnava Thakur except me. Okay? That's how he looked at it. Everybody, Vaishnava Thakur, Vaishnava Thakur. I am not a Vaishnava Thakur. When will I become a servant of Vaishnava? Oh hey Vaishnava Thakura, Doyara Sagar, Nikante Kurna. O vulnerable Vaishnava, devotee of Krishna, O ocean of mercy, be merciful unto your servant. Give me the shade of your lotus feet and purify me. I hold on to your lotus feet. Teach me to control my six passions, rectify my six faults, bestow upon me the six qualities, and offer unto me the six kinds of holy association. I do not find the strength to carry on alone the Sankirtan of the holy name of Hari. Do you all also feel like that? I do not find the strength to carry on alone the Sankirtan of the holy name of Lord Hari. Please bless me by giving me just one drop of faith with which to obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna. Do we all have faith in Krishna's name?
Hari Bol.
Yes. Did the faith increase 2 weeks back when we came here?
Hari Bol.
Yes. Did it increase?
Yes.
Yes. So we are craving for it. Only Vaishnav Thakurs can give it. Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. I am simply your servant running behind you shouting, Krishna, 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 shouting, give me Krishna, give me Krishna, give me Krishna. So this is the bhajan. Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Right? So this praises all the Vaishnavas. We had a Vaishnava Thakurani here last 2 weeks back, who left in between us, Vaishnava Thakurani. We want to sing her this bhajan and all the Vaishnava Thakurs who have given this process to us. O he Vaishnava Thakura, Doyara Thakura, Edante Kuru. Vaishnava Thakura Vairasangara Yedate Guruna Vaishnava Thakura Vairasangara Yedate Guruna Krishna Kumara, Krishna Kumara, Krishna Kumara, Krishna Kumara, Krishna Kumara, Krishna Kumara, Krishna Gala, Krishna Krishna Bolti, Amito Gala, Krishna Krishna Bolti, Amito Gala, Krishna Krishna Bolti, Amito Gala, Krishna Krishna Bolti, that's the Hare Krishna. So beautiful bhajan written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We sing this bhajan for praising Vaishnavas. So we are very fortunate to be assembled here and to be part of the society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, in short words ISKCON, where there are wonderful Vaishnavas around the planet. Wherever we go, we'll be saved. That is for sure. Yesterday, Bhagwan Prabhu was telling a beautiful story. I just repeated. He was saying, once a great Muni, I forgot the Muni's name, he went to Janak Maharaj's house. Ashtavakra Muni, right? Ashtavakra Muni, he went to Janak Maharaj's palace, and Janak Maharaj was addressing the whole audience. And at that time, as soon as Ashtavakra Muni came, Janak Maharaj was very happy. Everyone knows who is Janak Maharaj, right?
Yes.
The father of Mother Sita. So as soon as he saw Ashtavakra Muni, he immediately asked him a question. The sadhu comes to ask a question, right? He asked him a question that, hey Ashtavakra Muni, how can I save myself from Maya? Maya is completely surrounding me. I'm totally occupied by Maya and its thoughts. Can you please tell me how to save? Please tell me how to be relieved from Maya. Please tell me, please tell me. It was going on like that. Immediately Ashtavakra Muni started running outside. He ran outside the palace. And he didn't understand, oh, what did I do? Did I do any offense? I was asking a question, how can I get rid of Maya? And Ashtavakra Muni ran. And Janak Maharaj started running behind. Hey, Muniji, please, Swamiji, please come, please come. And Ashtavakra Muni is running, and he is running behind. And the whole palace, all the ministers, everybody started running behind the king. Literally, the whole palace was running behind Ashtavakra Muni, and Ashtavakra Muni went outside the palace to a little forest area, and there he went, and there was a big tree. He went and hugged the tree. And Janak Maharaj is shocked. Everybody, what is going on? Why is he hugging a tree? And then Ashtavakra Muni started loudly shouting, please leave me, please leave me, please leave me. Like that he started shouting, mujhe chhod do, right? And Janak Maharaj was like, Maharaj, you are holding the tree. Why are you shouting, please leave me? You leave the tree. He said, no, please leave me, please leave me. He said, no, you leave the tree. You are holding the tree, leave it. Then Ashtavakra Muni left the tree and he said, this is what you're doing with Maya. You are holding Maya and you're asking how to get rid of Maya. How can you get rid of Maya when you are holding Maya? Right? We are the ones who are making our choices to make our life more complicated, and we are living with Maya. Mayadevi doesn't want this. Mayadevi is very happy serving Lord Shiva. And she's serving, and both husband and wife, Shiva and Parvati, they're nicely serving Radha and Krishna. They're very peaceful, and we are giving her overtime work in Kalila. Right? We are going and embracing her, and we are making it more complicated for her. We are making it more complicated for her, saying, I want you also, I want Krishna also. So that's making even more. If you only ask Maya, that's easy, right? If you only ask Maya, that is easy. But now you're asking both. Right? So she has to customize something very special for us, right? On one side, she should give you a nice big house. On the other side, she has to give you horrible neighbors. Somehow you should get both the effects, isn't it? She should give you very nice house. At the same time, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So, it's everything we get is both the sides of the coin, right? In the material world, we get both sides. So today we are going to sing, we're going to read rather the prayers of Queen Kunti. It was the desire of His Grace Radhesham Prabhu that these prayers should be read while Mataji was on her last hours. And I had kept the canto open also that day. But there was a different decision made, Maybe Vishnudutas came too soon and Mataji felt it's time to leave now. So we couldn't read that. So why not fulfill the desire, right, of reading this prayers? How many here have read prayers of Queen Kunti? Yeah, we can read. I will not read the purports. We will read the translation because purports will take a lot of time, but we can discuss in between and feel free to share what you feel, what you understood, right? And we can take the discussion forward. Is it readable to the back? Yeah? Okay. Om Jnantimirandasya Jnananjanashkalakaya Chakshuromilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadadi Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Varijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Hey Krishna Karma Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindaveshwari Rishabhanu Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopal Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Kajanabhaya Namah Pankajamari Namah Pankajamitraya Namaste Pankajangre Namo Mahavadanyaya कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरद्विषे नमः नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाय च जगद्धिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रष्टाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कुंकरोति वाचालं पंगुनंदाति गिरण्यत् कृपातमहं वन्दे श्री गुरुदिनतारिणं श्री परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम् ओम पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं साभ्याभ्यन्तरं सुचे श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु चेतोदर्पणमर्जनं भवमहानुभावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयकैरिवचन्द्रिकावतरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वागतं सर्वात्मस्थापनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनं नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्राधिका नियमिता स्मरणेन एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमिदृशं यजाननुरागः घृणादपि सुनीचैन करोरपि सहिष्णुना अमाननीय मानवेन कीर्तनैः सदा हरि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितं वा जगतीश कामये मम जन्मनीश्वरे भवदभक्तिरहोयति त्वयि हरिनन्दनन्दकिङ्करवृन्दमानुविषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजधूलिसदर्शं विचिन्तया नयनं तदश्रुधारया वदनं दग्धदवधारया पुलकिरणचितं कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निशेन चक्षुषा प्रवर्षायतं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दं विरहे हरे आश्लिष्यकालरतं विनस्तु मामादर्शनमर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा उल्लतो लम्बतो मात्राणाकस्वेव नाकर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. So prayers by Queen Kunti and Parikshit saved.
There are people there, you can tell them to open like mobile phone.
Okay, so whoever can't see the screen here, you can go to vedabase.com, vedabase, VEDABASE, vedabase.com, and you can see Srimad Bhagavatam, the icon for Srimad Bhagavatam, and there you can go and click Canto 1, right?
Canto 1, chapter 8.
And chapter 8. Yes. Hare Krishna. I hope everybody is able to see, or you have access through your phone. You need help, you can just ask whoever is sitting beside you, they'll be happy to help. So we'll focus on reading the whole chapter today. And then in between, if there is anything important relevant to our satsang here today, we will discuss and go forward. Yes. Next one. Sutta Goswami said, thereafter, the Pandavas, desiring to deliver water to the dead relatives who had desired it, went to the Ganges with Draupadi. The ladies walked in the front. Text 2. Having lamented over them and sufficiently offered Ganga's water, they bathed in the Ganges, whose water is sanctified due to being mixed with the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. Right? So where is Ganga coming from? So who created that provision for the Ganga to come down? Bhagirath. But to come into the material world, Vamandev. Vamandev made that little hole in the false ceiling of the material world. And does Ganga directly come onto the earth? It comes onto the head of Lord Shiva. And from there, it comes to the planet Earth. Right? There sat the king of the Kurus, Maharaj Yudhishthira, along with his younger brothers and the Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, Kunti, and Draupadi, all overwhelmed with grief. Lord Krishna was also there. Citing the stringent laws of the Almighty and their reactions upon living beings, Lord Sri Krishna and the Munis began to pacify those who were shocked and affected. Now, here's something surprising: is the Supreme Lord, who is in control of everything, is pacifying who have got affected by different difficulties in life. Now, somebody might ask, Prabhu, but Lord Krishna could have stopped it. Why is he, first of all, making it happen? And then he's going and pacifying. Right? So, can anyone share what do you think about this? Hare Krishna. Why is he pacifying something that he could have stopped? Why is he? But he is doing it. But why is he doing it?
He doesn't interfere.
Everybody has to go through that karma.
He doesn't interfere.
If everybody has to, yeah, yes, bro?
He doesn't interfere with the laws of karma of the destiny.
He doesn't interfere with the laws of karma. Yes.
He tried to make
They didn't listen. So they had to go through the war. He tried to compromise between the Pandavas and Kauravas. Somebody behind?
Yeah, I think Lord is like parents. Even though they correct you when they are wrong, they themselves are also hurt at the same time. And after the child has been punished for
Yeah.
their deeds, they go back to the child and pacify it, telling that it was for your deeds,
Right.
but I will come back and pacify you.
Very nice. Thank you. It's very nice. Your good name, Mataji?
Aarti.
Aarti Mataji. Thank you. Yes. Any other thoughts? Does he like to interfere? Let me ask this question. Does he like to interfere? He doesn't interfere, that's true. But does he want to interfere?
Yes.
Yes.
when devotees ask him.
When devotees ask. Yeah, the devotees ask. We should have the faith, Professor Matthews. We should have the faith. This chapter actually is filled with the beautiful aspect of faith, prayers of Queen Kunti. The faith that she has in Krishna. Right? We should have that faith that he will interfere when it's needed. He will not interfere when it's not needed. But in all circumstances, he is my well-wisher. He is my well-wisher. Right? We should never doubt if Krishna is doing good or bad for us. We should never doubt that. If we doubt that, then we are doubting the plan of Krishna. Krishna has planned so many things for us. And he's continuing to plan. He's continuing to plan. And when so many things happened in Queen Kunti's life, yes, you might feel miserable, you might feel anxiety, but she didn't question, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, Krishna? She just accepted whatever happened in her life, and then she was grateful to Lord Krishna for being with her at all times. She was a pure devotee, and Krishna was with her at all times, even physically. Even physically, Krishna was there with her at all times. Yeah. Someone, you can come. Yeah. 7, 8 people can come here. Ayer, Some can, yes, there are 4 or 5 people can come here. Yeah, please come. You come here also. Projector is pointing up. So, come here. Hare Krishna. Tell me which house in this entire this villas called? Hillridge Villas has 120 people inside their house right now. All right. So this is the beauty of being in satsang. Right? The hall capacity is at least 550 or something. We are just 120 people occupying it. Isn't it? Yeah. So even if it is 550, we'll fit in. We'll somehow fit in. Isn't it? Yeah. So that's the beauty of being in satsang. After coming to Krishna conscious, one thing we all learned is how to adjust. Right? How to sit in an awkward position for 3 hours and still be grateful. So that is also something that we have learned our hard way. And this is a beautiful thing. Never complain. "Kya itna paas bete, to aage jao, piche jao." Never hear that from devotees. If the devotee comes too close, then he'll keep both the hands and do some massage. This is your opportunity to serve. Once I was sitting in Maharaj Yatra and I was going on back and literally there was nothing. It's only this bottle was able to fit between me and the front person. Literally like that, right? And one devotee came from, I don't know from where, he just appeared. Zoom, he came here. He kept one leg like this. That was the space that was left. And another leg like this. And he sat. Right? And I don't know how I moved back more. I don't know where that space came from. Right? And literally I was in other devotee's lap. Behind. And the devotee was from Qatar. He came from Qatar for the yatra. So I was literally, my face is in front of his face. So he did a little adjustment and kept both he didn't have a space to keep his hands between us. So he kept on my shoulder. Then the devotee probably maaf kar do. Then acha hai. Can I press? Yes, I do good massage, he told. And me and he became friends. So that was the first day of the yatra. And then the next day I went and he was already sitting in the pandal. He said, Prabhu, can come there? Yeah, come. I told, I liked your massage yesterday. I went inside there, right? There's a beautiful devotee. He lives in Qatar. Whenever he comes to yatra, he gives me a call. Where are you? Are you there? Are you not there? Have you come to the yatra? Right? So being grateful is spiritual life. Being grateful for everything that has happened. Right? Now here in this chapter, we will hear how grateful was Mother Kunti for everything that has happened. Right? Right from her birth to Kunti Bhoja, she was born. And right from her birth, she had so many difficulties, isn't it? Just imagine such a chaste daughter of a great king, served a great Rishi Muni, and the Rishi Muni also put her in trouble, right? Durvasa Muni. He gave her a benediction that if you chant a mantra, you can ask anything from any devotee, any devata, right? And she was innocent. She used to worship Lord Viroswan, Surya Dev every day. And she looked at him and she prayed, and he came and gave her a child. And a beautiful child, not like any other child. Very radiant. Son's child will be very radiant, right? Surya Putra. And she didn't know what to do with that child. As a small girl, if this news goes out, who will marry her? How will her father explain the whole world? How to manage it? And such a compassionate hearted Queen Kunti, it was not easy for let going that child. And there was no other choice. She let go that child. She went to Mother Ganges, kept the child there and said, you are Krishna, you have given the child. You only take care of this child. The child is destined to to go like this, but please forgive me. And whole life she lamented. It was not like she left the child and then she forgot. No, whole life, even till even on the deathbed of Karna, she came and cried, and she could not hold her tears anymore at that time. At that time, she told her 5 sons, "You go from here. Let me cry. At least let me cry now." Her sons were like, "Why are you crying? He's our enemy. We are celebrating today. One of the great captains of Duryodhana is died today." She told, "You go." And then she couldn't stop her tears. Which means she was really in love. But she never complained to Krishna, saying that, "Why did you put me in this situation where my sons are fighting against my son?" Right? And she always had a soft spot for Karna. Because Karna was, by his birth, he comes with own karma, but she didn't do anything wrong. His mother left him, and Charity picked him up, Charity's wife, near their kutir beside Ganga. And the Charity means Suta. So he became Sutaputra. Right? He was being named as Sutaputra. He was a Kshatriya. He had great qualities of a king. Right? And Kunti Maharani saw him so many times beside Duryodhana. But she couldn't do anything. And so many people are insulting him, but she couldn't do anything. And she was so much, worried of what is going to happen to him. Right? But she never complained to Krishna. Why did this happen with me? What wrong did I do? Right? So here, the war is over, and Lord Krishna is also there. All overwhelmed with grief, Lord Krishna was also there. Text 4. Citing the stringent laws of the Almighty and their reactions upon living beings, Lord Shri Krishna and the Munis began to pacify those who were shocked and affected. The clever Duryodhana and his party cunningly usurped, how do you say? Usurped the kingdom of Yudhishthira, who had no enemy. By the grace of the Lord, the recovery was executed, and the unscrupulous kings who joined with Duryodhana were killed by him. Others also died, their duration of life having decreased for their rough handling of the hair of Queen Draupadi. Lord Shri Krishna caused 3 well-performed Ashwamedha yajnas, or sacrifices, to be conducted by Maharaj Yudhishthira, and thus caused this virtuous fame to be glorified in all directions. Like that of Indra, who had performed 100 such sacrifices. Lord Krishna then prepared for his departure. He invited the sons of Pandu, after having been worshipped by the Brahmanas, headed by Srila Vyasadeva. The Lord also reciprocated greetings. As soon as he seated himself on the chariot to start to Dwaraka, he saw Uttara hurrying towards him in fear. Who is Uttara? Abhimanyu's wife. Parikshit Maharaj's mother. Uttara said, "O Lord of the Lords, Lord of the universe, you are the greatest of mystics. Please protect me, for there is no one else who can save me from the clutches of death in this world of duality. O my Lord, you are all powerful. A fiery iron arrow is coming towards me fast. My Lord, let it burn me personally, if you so desire, but please do not let it burn and abort my embryo. Please do me favor, my Lord." What a prayer, right? He's saying, save the child. Maybe if I am supposed to die, let me die. But do something for the child. So the Goswami said, having patiently heard her words, Lord Shri Krishna, who is always very affectionate to his devotees, could at once understand that Ashwadhama, the son of Dronacharya, had thrown the Brahmastra to finish the last life in Pandava family. Text 12. O foremost among the great thinkers, Munis, Shaunaka, seeing the glaring Brahmastra proceeding towards them, the Pandavas took up their 5 respective weapons. Text 13. The Almighty Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, having observed that a great danger was befalling his unalloyed devotees, who were fully surrendered souls, at once took up his Sudarshana disc to protect them. Text 14. The Lord of Supreme Mysticism, Sri Krishna, resides within everyone's heart as Paramatma. As such, just to protect the progeny of the Kuru dynasty, he covered the embryo of Uttara by his personal energy. Text 15. O Shaunaka, glory of Bhrigu's family, although the supreme Brahmastra weapon released by Ashwadhama was irreversible and without check or counteraction, it was neutralized and foiled when confronted by the strength of Vishnu, Lord Krishna. Text 16. O Brahmanas, do not think this to be especially wonderful in the activities of the mysterious and infallible personality of Godhead. By his own transcendental energy, he creates, maintains, and annihilates all material things, although he himself is unborn. Text 17. Thus, saved from the radiation of the Brahmastra, Kunti, the chaste devotee of the Lord, and her 5 sons and Draupadi addressed Lord Krishna as he started for home. So, when was Kunti's prayer spoken? After Parikshit was saved. Right? After Parikshit was saved, then out of gratitude, Mother Kunti started speaking. Please. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. So that was the time when the prayers of Queen Kunti started. Srimati Kunti said, let us read this prayer together. O Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you because you are the original personality and are unaffected by the qualities of the material world. You are existing both within and without everything. And yet you are invisible to all. Right? So this prayer is exactly matching with the Chatushloki Bhagavatam that we read. Right? The 3rd verse of Chatushloki Bhagavatam. 35. Right? Where Lord Krishna is saying, like my elements enter the material world and yet they are not in the material world. Like me, I am in part of the world and I am not part of the world. Right? So Krishna is inside the world, yet is not inside the world. He is in his own abode. Right? It's very inconceivable for us to accept this. Yes, we are reading it and hearing it, but then how do you understand that Krishna is here also, there also, outside also, inside also, and Krishna doesn't have any beginning. Right? Krishna doesn't have any beginning. And it becomes even more complicated when we understand that we also never had any beginning. How many of you have thought sometimes or got bewildered thinking, did I not have any beginning? And you will never have an end. Krishna says. Right? You will never have an end also. There is no end for a soul. Right? Just imagine we are all traveling, taking body after body, life after life. Right? So many lives we have traveled so far. Do you remember your past lives? Huh? What all you have done? Do you know what all you have done?
Surely would have done. That's why we are here.
Surely would have done, that's why we are here. Right? What all we have done in this life? What all we have done in this life, we are going to forget. How many find it difficult to accept that we can forget everything we have done in this life? Can you give me an example of having an experience of forgetting everything in this life. Have you ever experienced that? That you've forgotten everything that has happened in this life. In sleep. Prahlad Maharaj explains in Bhagavatam 7th canto about dreams. Right? When the dream comes, you practically forget everything. You just slept. And you went into a dream, and in that dream, suddenly you were in a college. And you are speaking to your college friends. Just 1 hour before, you made your grandchild sleep. Right? And then 1 hour after, you are in the sleep in the college. And you forgot everything. Sometimes inside the dream, you get a glimpse of where, something is wrong. You start remembering your current state also in the dream. How many have experienced that? Inside the dream, you are discussing, maybe I'm dreaming. Right? This is too much. Right? It's too much. Your education, your most toughest times in life. Like I dreamt so many times that I'm writing 10th exam. How many had that experience? Right? No, what nonsense was there in that? But even now, I remember, in the night I'm going to fail 10th again. Again I'm going to fail 10th, right? And then suddenly I see somebody, I was going to fail 10th and I saw my wife. I'm writing 10th. What is she doing here? And then in the dream I'm thinking, hey, I was married. Still I'm doing 10th. Not possible. Immediately in the dream it's oh Krishna, please remove from this dream. This is very confusing. I'm dreaming. You try to pull yourself outside the dream. The dream is so real. Right? Dream is so real. So look at Krishna's Maya. Right? You can forget who you are. Just like that. Right? So it's explained that death also almost is like a dream only. You die and then you are with Krishna. You just forget everything. Done. Provided you are attached to Krishna. Okay? Provided you are attached to Krishna. Otherwise, after death, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to leave what you already have. Right? Yamadutas will have to chase you out of the house until your body is formed for the first 11 days. We went through that session, right? What gets formed first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th day, your entire face is formed. What body is formed? Preta body. Right? And then you're taken. Yamadutas say, okay, body pura ho gaya, chal abhi. No. I don't think I want to come. This house, my husband, my wife, my parents, my children, I don't want to come. I don't want to come. But, properties. Aliens property. No, aliens property is not that aliens property. There is a community called aliens. In that there is a property. Right? How many have aliens property? Prabhuji. Really, some alien only planned that project. What did aliens do? Is it give training to real estate people for 15 years, 20 years, I think. Right? Anyway, so they're like attached to properties, attached to your own body. Prabhuji and Mataji is attached to your own body. We are all very proud of this body, whatever body that we have. We are programmed in such a way that we think that we are the most handsome, we are the most beautiful, we are the most whatever. Young, youth icon. We think like that. And leaving that is not that easy. So forgetting that is not easy. But for a devotee, he just leaves. Does it mean he is not affectionate to his husband, to your husband, your wife, your children? Huh? Does it mean a devotee is not sentimentally affected? What does it mean? What is a detachment for a devotee? Devotee doesn't cry. Devotee doesn't cry when somebody important dies. He cries. So he is attached. Why does he cry? He's attached, he cries.
He leaves that to Krishna.
Huh?
He leaves the decision to Krishna. Whatever.
He leaves the decision to Krishna. Okay.
Love.
Out of love, he cries. Yeah. So is it attached? Yes.
Leave the control that comes with love. There is a control that comes with love.
Yes.
Everybody tries to control the people they love. When you leave that control with the six tattva, which anger and lust and everything comes, then there is a pure love. And out of that you get.
Out of that you cry. Very nicely explained. Thank you. Yeah. So devotees cry more. Devotees cry more because they see a part of Krishna in everyone. And when they see someone suffering, they actually try to share that pain that they are going through, and they cry. Once one person went to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and he said, "Here is this person. He wants to take sannyas. He's ready now." And Bhaktisiddhanta said, "How is he ready now?" Then his wife is dead. He didn't even cry. I brought him here. He is absolutely ready for sannyas. Bhaktisiddhanta said, "No, he is absolutely unqualified for sannyas. If he doesn't have gratitude for a wife who has served him all his life, and she died, and this fellow doesn't even get tears for that, what tears will he get for the society? How will he serve everybody? How will he serve others? If you're not compassionate, what will you preach? How can you preach if you don't have compassion? Right? A sannyasi takes sannyas only to preach. Sannyas ashram is only to preach. But how will he preach if he doesn't have compassion? So devotee is paradukha dukhi. Parasukha sukhi. Not parasukha dukhi. Or paradukha sukhi. No, it's not like that. A devotee is very compassionate and he cannot see. How many of you, you can choose whether you want to lift your hand or not, felt or feeling that as you are spending more and more years in Krishna consciousness, your tendency to cry is increasing? Yeah? You can choose not to lift your hand, but some people don't want to reveal. Earlier, I would never cry for anything like that. Now, I'm easily crying. When something bad happens to someone, or some injustice is happening to someone, right? Or someone is leaving his body, or some animal is suffering, right? Or a very sentimental scene in a movie or a movie clip, and immediately start crying. You become like very soft-hearted, right? That's natural. That happens. Not that you cry for every reason, but your heart becomes like that because this is a pain of somebody who is going through in devotion. Prabhupada Mataji, everybody is struggling in this devotional life. Please understand that. Everybody is struggling. And it's not easy for anybody to practice devotional life. Anybody. In this hall, all of us are going through our own difficulties to practice spiritual life. Because nothing is favorable for us to do it. And most important that is not favorable is our own mind, our own conditionings, right? They are not favorable. And still we are trying to practice. So devotee is going through so much struggle internally and externally to make it happen. Don't you think Krishna is seeing this? Huh? And if don't you think Krishna will reciprocate for this? He will. So we should have the faith. We should have the faith that when that moment comes, Krishna will come for me. Pakka he'll come for me. But till that moment, we should be sincere in whatever we are doing. And sincerely surrender. Right? So here, Queen Kunti is saying, in her first prayer, she is saying, I offer my obeisances unto you because you are the original personality and are unaffected by the qualities of the material world. You are existing both within and without everything. Yet you are invisible to all. Text 19. being beyond the range of limited sense perception. Somebody's reading?
You have to repeat.
Oh, you want to repeat? It will take a lot of
I
time.
think you told you'll repeat together.
Oh, only the first verse. Only the first verse. Yeah. Or do you want one person to read one loudly? Should we do like that?
Yes.
Huh? Rather than me reading everything.
Yes.
But we don't have a remote mic here, so you have to invoke the mic energy within you. Okay? Yeah, Poonam Mataji, you can read. Is this okay? You reading or should I just read?
Better you read only. You're
Yeah.
not able to hear properly, you only.
I should irreproachably read.
Yes.
Okay, being beyond the range of the limited sense perception, you are the eternally irreproachable factor covered by the curtain of deluding energy. You are invisible to the foolish observer, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. So Krishna cannot be recognized by mundane people. How many of you have felt the hand of Krishna in your life? Yeah? Some of you have not felt? Yeah? He's there. He's there in every step of our life. Even today, when you're coming to the satsang, if you are totally Krishna conscious, you would have felt Krishna's contribution in many things. The Krishna conscious devotee sees like that. Like Srila Prabhupada saw Krishna's presence in everything that he did. Even though it was a failure, still there also, he felt Krishna made me fail because there is something more planned for me. Right? Krishna is so much in our lives. So much in our lives. Even though we forget him, he's not forgetting us. He wants all of us back to our abode, our eternal abode, Goloka. Or Vaikuntha, according to what your choice is. Right? He wants all of us. He doesn't want anyone to be left here. How many of you believe that today's traffic was also controlled by Krishna? Yes. Krishna can do anything to bring you to satsang. If you're not finding a car parking, he would just vanish a car. And he'll go and park there. Thinking, how come this one spot is left? Right? But Krishna could do even that. Krishna can do anything. And Krishna will do anything to take us back to God. Has he not sent his very favorite dear devotee for all of us? Right? He sent Srila Prabhupada, the most dear. Srila Prabhupada and Krishna would be in Goloka talking, going around, and Krishna tells Prabhupada, go and bring some people. I'm not speculating this. Prabhupada told that Krishna sent me here, he told. And these are very confidential details. Sometimes Prabhupada revealed, till Krishna sent me here. I did not want to come, he told. I did not want to come, Krishna sent me here. And did not want to come is not in the sense that he doesn't want to serve. But he just shared his affection. That Krishna told me you go. And I've come out. And once one devotee went and asked, that Prabhupada, what is your Swarupa? What are you in the spiritual world? And all other devotees are, Prabhupada is going to tell. Prabhupada looked at him and said, if I tell, you will faint. He didn't tell. But he must be a very confidential associate of Lord Shri Krishna. Right? And all his disciples also, Prabhupada told, all my disciples are sent by my Guru Maharaj. And they're all part of Nityananda's Kirtan party. He told. How can you have that kind of faith And does it mean Prabhupada was not telling the truth? How can I understand a hippie who was in all kinds of situation? Some time back, he came to the class of Prabhupada, became Prabhupada disciple, and Prabhupada gave him sannyas in 1.5 years. Right? And Prabhupada says he's part of Nityananda's Sankirtan party.
Really difficult to contemplate. Seriously.
How will you accept this? This is very beyond, beyond our. Forget about we accepting it. How did Prabhupada see that in them? See, when you become a preacher or you're preaching, sometimes you see one person coming, right? One person coming into your first satsang. I know what conditioning that person will come with. Maybe he just threw a cigarette there and he came into the satsang. Right? After satsang, he's going to meet his friends in a pub. I don't know. Maybe his friend told that there is good food here and he came. Now he's forced to hear a class which never ends. Right? And then he has that and he has so many conditioning. As a preacher, you see so many people coming in. Right? You see so many people coming in, different conditionings. Somebody's wife told, just come with me, Satyarana Vratam. And he came here. Where is Satyarana? Where is Vratam? Kucho. Right? And then the satsang continues and he's like, where did you bring me? Why is this happening with me? Right? And between the preachers, if you like, tell Haribol. You're telling me, Chappu Haribol, Haribol. Right? So many ways we are brought into satsang. So many. How many here were cheated? If you're right. Who cheated you?
My wife.
Your wife cheated you. What did she tell you?
You have to come at least once. Satsang 2017.
2017, Mataji told only come once.
The last 6 months we have been going on.
Hare Krishna. So we have been transcendentally cheated to come to satsang. Right? Yeah. So anyways, so the point is we have been brought here. We have been brought here to become Krishna conscious and we are so grateful to Srila Prabhupada who has done it, who could see good in everybody. Seeing good in everybody is very difficult, right? You become a devotee and suddenly the same person is wearing dhoti kurta and coming inside, right? How do you think the preacher looks at him? The immature preacher will look, "Arey, to itna badal gaya." Right? But a mature preacher will see the soul. He will not see the body. He will not see the conditionings. Prabhupada saw all of us like that. Right? Prabhupada did not see that, oh, this person is coming from this background, that background. No. Prabhupada felt they are being sent by my Guru Maharaj. Right? Prabhupada was giving lecture one day. One person came and he was shouting in between the lecture, literally shouting, Swamiji, what are you speaking? This, that. And he was disturbing the whole lecture. Prabhupada didn't say anything. He just continued the lecture. Brahmanand Prabhu became very angry. You are disturbing Swamiji's class, he told. Immediately that fellow, he saw something, he picked up some strong object there, he threw it on the wall, on the entrance, and it broke a huge glass. There is a huge glass, to that shop, storefront. It broke the glass. And immediately Prabhupada did Brahmanand Prabhu. Why did you do that? Because he told that fellow broke the glass. I was not telling anything. He was anyway shouting, he would have gone after some time. You tried to stop him. Now we have to fund that glass. As it is, we are struggling to, run the Sunday feast, right? Day after day. Now we have to fund the glass also. So Prabhupada, he would be so tolerant. And there was one devotee who was completely unfavorable. For everything that Prabhupada did. Prabhupada told, go and distribute books. He was like, how can people distribute books? You are forcing religion onto others. You are giving books. You are pushing people to buy books. And one day he went and beated the devotees. Literally physically. Just imagine, what kind of aparadha is this? He beat it. They are distributing books and part. How can you force and do this in my country? Distributing books. And after 1 year, he took sannyas. What is going on? Then after 1 year, that person became a devotee and he took sannyas. Sannyas means complete, renounced, and he has to plan for book distribution now. That is Prabhupada, right? Inconceivable, but he only saw good in others. He only saw good in others. Anybody sitting beside you, you think you know him, you don't know him. Last life, he was just 1 inch away from going back to Godhead. Small mistake, whatever, and he again had to come. Now he's again coming back to Satsang. You don't know who is Raju Prabhu, you don't know. Yes. One realization that I got from the departure of Barsana Devi Mataji, which I'm trying to follow now, is never judge anybody in your life when he comes to Satsang. Don't know who is at what level. The offerings of Mataji that were given in the temple were unbelievable offerings. Right? How advanced a Mataji was, that even death could not instill fear in her. Perfection, perfect way of going. Right? You can't expect any better departure than that. You can't imagine better departure than that. Forget about devotees coming and doing Sankirtan. That Krishna will plan. If you are sincere, if Krishna wants like that, he'll plan. But what about you in between that Sankirtan? Just imagine you're completely unprepared to go and all devotees are surrounded. Hare Krishna, po, Hare Krishna, Krishna, po, Hare Krishna. Nirvolu. I don't want to go. I'm not ready. You don't want to be in that situation, right? The devotees will look more dangerous around you. If you're not prepared, the same devotees will look more dangerous. Other than some computer, but that is not the case. See, this doesn't happen that's why to anybody and everybody. Because it's a very special thing that happens only to a devotee who wants to go, who is completely in line with Krishna's plan. She wants to go, she's ready to go, she's happy to go, and so devotees are sent to create the glorious departure. Right? One devotee told that Vishnu Dutas entered this house. So we are sitting in a house where Vishnu Dutas have come. Right? And Vishnu Dutas, when they came, obviously, to see Mataji, they would have come in between all of us. Isn't it? So they must have, by mistake also, they would have seen us or touched us. Is that true? Again. So they saw all of us. They must have made a note. Okay. They must have made a note. What is that note? Is it not? No, next time.
Duta's maintenance, that is good.
It's a good thing.
Yamaduta's maintenance.
Right? So Vishnu Dutta, so we should go to a devotee's departure always, without any fear we should go. Because Vishnu Duttas will come there. And by the way, how many of you have seen Prabhupada in person? How many think Prabhupada has seen you in person? Last Sunday he saw all of us, his grandchildren. Obviously, Prabhupada, Guru comes to take his disciple, it's mentioned. Guru will come and take. So Prabhupada entered this house. You don't want to believe it, right? You want to believe it? Yeah? Say Jai Prabhupada if you believe it. Yes, he came inside. He came inside, he saw his devotee going. He came, blessed her, he picked up her hand. Okay, beta, you have done your part. You have done your part. Now I'm taking you back. You have sincerely done your part. Right? Your activity to go back to Krishna is over. So you have successfully finished the test of life, the final lesson. Right? Now let's go. Guru will come and take. And this was confirmed by one devotee who told that if I see Prabhupada, I will lift my thumb. On his deathbed, he told, if I see Prabhupada, I don't know whether I can speak or not, but look at my hand, I will raise my thumb. And it was done. It was an incident. Many devotees quote this. I don't know where it happened, but
Stop Krishna.
There was a Russian Mataji who was being tortured by
Yeah.
KGBs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
She said.
they brought in exorcists, right?
Yeah, exorcist, black magic.
yeah.
Black magic.
They wanted to do that. And that person started the procedure and everything. And he said that there is an old man that is standing between the Mataji and me. He's not letting things happen.
He's standing with a stick.
He's standing with a stick.
Stick and telling them, what are you doing?
Yeah, these are all real incidents. They're all real incidents. Many devotees have instilled so much faith, being part of these incidents. And we are very fortunate to be on that day here, to see that glorious departure. The final lesson in this house we saw. Many of us may not even know why we have come here. Many of us may not even have properly understood that we have come here to see somebody go. Right? But it happened in front of our eyes, and we all were perplexed how it happened, what it happened. I'm sure we all went back home and started thinking, did it really happen? In front of our eyes it happened? Were we so fortunate? There were children right on the stairs. They all were looking at Mataji. They could see Mataji clearly. And none of them cried. None of them was fearful. None of them, that's the beauty of Krishna. Death is fear personified for a non-devotee. For a devotee, the same death is a glorious invitation to go back to your eternal abode, your eternal home. Right? Okay, so text 20. Queen Kunti is saying, you yourself descend to propagate the transcendental science of devotional service onto the hearts of the advanced transcendentalists and mental speculators who are purified by being able to discriminate between matter and spirit. How then can we, women, know you perfectly? She's just humbling herself. Kunti Maharani is much greater than any Rishi Muni in terms of her faith in Krishna. But she's saying you yourself decide to propagate the transcendental science, meaning you come in your different avatars, in your different incarnations, right? You come here and you propagate. So there is expansions and there's incarnations, right? I was recently explaining. Their expansions are Lord's expansions in the spiritual world, where he expands into many, many Narayans, right? First Balram, then the Chaturvyuha, then another second Chaturvyuha. From there, different Narayans. They're all called as expansions. They're not called as avatars. Please mind you, don't say that Krishna has many avatars in the spiritual world. No, they're all expansions, equally potent. Right? With 4 hands. He's there in so many Vaikuntha planets. And when he comes into the material world, he's called as an incarnation or a descent. He has descended. He has descended like that. And when he comes here as Lord Narayan, you come here and through as Mahavishnu, then you appear here. You appear sometimes as Varahadev, sometimes as Matsya Avatar, right? Sometimes as Narsingha Avatar. So in the spiritual world, there is a planet, eternally a planet for Narsinghadev. There eternally a planet for Lord Ram. Does it mean eternally Lord is in the form of a lion avatar in the spiritual world? If he is a Narsinghadev, do you think the Narsinghadev planet in the spiritual world, Lord will appear like Narsinghadev? No. That's the avatar that he takes when he comes to the material world. When you go to that planet, that Narayan who appears as Narsinghadev is a Narayan form only. Right? When he comes here, he takes Narsinghadev form. And that planet is called as, forever, it is called as the Haubilam, or the great place where the Lord appeared. Matsya Avatar is here. But when you see Matsya Avatar, the Vishnu who came as Matsya Avatar, from there, he is in the Narayan form. Right? That's a place. So every time the avatar has to come, from that planet he comes, he does his Leela and goes back. You're all following? Yeah, that's what it is. Avatar incarnation. So here Mother Kunti is saying, you yourself descend to propagate the transcendental science of devotional service onto the hearts of advanced transcendentalists, meaning devotees, and mental speculators also, who are purified by being able to discriminate between the matter and spirit. You want to decrease the or rotate this way?
Yeah, this way, this way. Yeah, that's it.
Hare Krishna?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. How then can we, women, know you perfectly? Now, why is he specifically saying women? Why is Kunti Maharani saying women can understand you perfectly?
Because they are known to be less intelligent.
Yeah.
relative.
I mean, one of the direct words that is used is women are less intelligent. But that's not the way it works. No, it's not the way it works. The focus of women is more on loving and maintaining the family and relationships. Right? So spiritual detachment is a little difficult for Matajis. But you have just now seen a Mataji who had the best spiritual detachment. Right? So you cannot say that women cannot be spiritually advanced. But they have been given a nature to lead a life where they are more affectionate and loving to the family. But we're all souls. There is no man, there is no woman. We're all equally having equal opportunity to go back to Krishna. But Kunti Maharani is saying this here just out of her humility, that I am a simple woman. How will I understand you and your avatars and whenever you descend and explain the dharma? Text 21. Let me therefore offer my respectful obeisance unto the Lord, who has become the son of Vasudeva, the pleasure of Devaki, the boy of Nanda, and the other cowherd men of Vrindavan, and the enlivener of the cows, enlivener of the cows and the senses. Right? So Kunti Maharani is remembering all the great leelas of Krishna. What all he did in Vrindavan, how is he so affectionate to everyone, like that. Text 22. You can decrease this number a little bit. I'll speak a little louder. Hare Krishna.
That's it.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My respectable obeisance is unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with a depression like a lotus flower, who are always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, whose glance is as cool as a lotus, and whose feet as engraved with lotuses. So, how many have actually experience of touching, feeling lotus flowers? Okay. Yeah, they're very soft actually. And you can keep a drop of water on the lotus, it will just not stay, right? And the lotus flower is, like a sharp object begins at the end. So beautiful. So Lord's eyes are called Namaha Pankaja Netraya, right? Like lotus. It explains Lord Chaitanya's eyes almost touched his ears. Can you imagine? Right? They tried to do that in Avatar movie. A little bit. Yeah, they tried to do that animation, take your eyes all the way back. So they were so beautiful lotus eyes of the Supreme Lord. Right? Lotus nose, lotus feet, lotus hands, everything is called as, and the entire spiritual world also looks like a lotus from outside. Explain. Actually, the whole creation looks like lotus. So if you look at a lotus flower, just imagine the entire creation of Supreme Lord, including spiritual material, all the worlds together look like a lotus. Right? Just look at a lotus like this. So Mother Kunti is comparing his abdomen, and it is decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, whose glance is as cool, the way he looks, is as cool as a lotus, and whose feet are engraved with lotuses. O Hrishikesha, text 23. O Hrishikesha, master of the senses and lord of the lords, you have released your mother, Devaki, who was long imprisoned and distressed by the envious King Kamsa, and me and my children from a series of constant dangers. Right? So she is appreciating Devaki also. Saying Devaki went through so much for you. She had to see the death of her 6 children brutally in front of her, only for you. and you released her. You came and you released her. So as soon as Krishna comes into anybody's lives, he releases them from anxieties. He releases them from unnecessary attachments, right? And even so, who else did he release? My children from a series of constant dangers. Pandavas. Pandavas were always released. They were put into so many dangerous situations. Can you name one? Any dangerous situation Pandavas put into and Krishna released? Lakshagraha. Right? Literally planned to burn them to ashes. What is the incident?
Sent him to forest.
Varavas.
Vanvas or forest.
Ajnatavas.
Aranyavasa.
Aranyavasa. Yes.
Mahabharata.
Mahabharata itself. And Bhima being poisoned. Right? Bhima was poisoned. And every time that happened, they came back with more strength and more fortune. See the beauty. Every time something bad happened to them, every time Duryodhana did something wrong to them, they came back with more. Bhima was given poison. He went to the planets of the snakes. Right? And there he was given Somaras or something, not Somaras.
Energy of 1,000 elephants.
1,000 elephants in one bowl. And he had so many bowls like that. And he came back, Shakuni is like he ulta ho gaya hai to. Hai ki nahi? And they were sent to Varnavath and they came back with Draupadi. Right? They came back with Draupadi. And the great alliance with the great kingdom of Draupadi. Right? And then they had the big Vanavas and Ajnatavas. And Krishna was with them all throughout. Right? Krishna was the greatest fortune for them. And after the war, Krishna was still with them. So they never lost anything. So in our lives also, Professor Mataji, whenever anything is happening, we're losing anything, just remember that Krishna is becoming even more closer to us. Right? How many here don't mind becoming a beggar? Have you seen a beggar anytime? Right? You see, always beggar. Gachibowli signal, you see so many beggars. Same lady comes. As soon as I go, she'll start limping. With few pens, she'll come. Pen is put over.
Prabhuji, aren't we all already beggars asking for more and more every day? Even with the Lord, we keep asking that way. Aren't we already beggars?
Yes.
We are asking for children, we are asking for we are begging for so many things.
We are thankless beggars. Unstoppable beggars. Isn't it? Super beggars. High-tech beggars.
In some kind of other form are always asking. So when you ask without giving up anything, that's called begging only. We are not giving anything to the Lord, but we still keep asking.
We
That's
still
the
keep
beggar
asking.
quality.
Yes. Does God like we begging?
Depends upon what
Yes,
we
yes.
take for.
Yes.
He doesn't like?
Yes.
I don't think so.
He likes. That at least that way you're coming to me. When Sudama Vipra, he decided not to go, Krishna became very angry. Angry in the sense he was very upset. Because he felt Sudama Vipra is very proud of his begging situation. I don't have anything. I don't have anything. I don't have. You don't know? You don't have anything? You don't know? You don't have anything? I don't have anything. That's another kind of pride only. So Krishna made him come to break that attachment of being a beggar. That you come and at least ask me. I'll give you. Right? So what is it verse?
There will be something in return. Then it no more becomes begging. We are devoting our time, our energy, our chants, and etc. So there will be something in return. When you do not offer anything in return, then it's a begging. There is no when begging happens.
What is it? Can somebody use the mobile?
Chaturvidha bhajan chana.
Swardharti, Jignasa.
Google. I want Google.
Then 60.
Yeah. Kama.
Kamaya Prabhu.
Kama. What is that verse? Akama karma. Moksha kama udharadi. One second. Moksha. I'm so sorry. Moksha kama udharadi. Yes. So the beautiful verse. It says akama karma. Akama karma. Can somebody put it in? Basically, the verse says, you can pull up the verse. No, it's not Bhagavad Gita. I think it is Nectar of Devotion, it is mentioned somewhere. It says, 2 dot?
Bhagavatam Mataji.
Tivre number 3.
Bhagavatam Mataji.
2 dot?
3:10.
3.10.
3.10.
Thank you. Yeah. So this is beautiful, it says, okay, you can repeat after me. Akama karma kamo va.
Akama karma kamo va.
Moksha kama udharadhi.
Moksha kama udharadhi.
Tivrena bhakti yogena.
Tivrena bhakti yogena.
Yajate purusham param.
Yajate purusham param.
Please repeat after me. Translation and divine. Translation purport by Divine Desi Bhakti and Swami Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
A person who has broader intelligence, whether he be full of all material desire, without any material desire, or desiring liberation, must by all means worship the Supreme Pole, the personality of God. Right? Whatever you are, even if you want a software promotion, go to Krishna. Even if you want any nonsensical material thing, go to Krishna. Instead of going to a Devata, instead of going to some other place. Yeah. Class now, number already Krishna.
Just another one is there too.
Yeah, this one.
This is 2-3-10.
Thank you.
Another one is there.
Yeah. So here beautifully, is being explained. A person with broader intelligence, whether he is full of material desires or without any material desire or desiring liberation, must by all means worship the Supreme Whole, the personality of God. That means when people come to Satsang or we meet our relatives, just tell them to worship Krishna. You are anyway a beggar, like Mataji is saying, you're all begging all the time. Beg Krishna. Beg Krishna. And Krishna likes when you beg to him. I mean, Krishna doesn't want you to be a beggar, but at least you're going to him. Your spiritual life has started. Because if you go to a Devata, the Devata will give you what you're asking. You will not do any further planning. But Krishna, as soon as you go to him, your final destiny plan starts. Right? You have something to say? Asking your own father? Well, it depends. Depends. Begging means what? Begging means I don't deserve, please give me. That is the consciousness of begging. I don't deserve, please give me. So it's nothing wrong begging in front of our parents also. Because if you feel that I deserve everything, give me, that is not love. Right? Even in front of our parents, we should always beg. Please give me. I don't deserve it, but give me. I'm not the best of the son. Please help me. I'm not the best of. Right? That is a consciousness to beg. So basically here, we kind of little deviated is that begging to Krishna is a good thing. So don't stop yourself. So if you have a personal problem going on, Provision Mataji is, see, normally when we come to devotion, when we come to devotion, immediately we are, can somebody just a little bit control the channel? Ask them to just calm down. Yeah. So, see, when we come to devotion, a lot of times people say, you should not ask anything to Krishna. You are here only to serve. I just came. I have so many problems in life. Right? My partner is torturing me. My sons are harassing me. My neighbor is suing me. My boss is hacking me. Right? Internet is hacking me. I'm going through so many jam-packed problems. Right? Now you are telling me not to ask anything to Krishna. What is this? No, that's not a way to approach Krishna. You should ask Krishna, what is wrong? You're going through a lot of trouble. Ask Krishna. But Krishna, thoda adjust karo na, thoda. 50 grams, give me tomorrow. Little, I'm not able to take so much. Especially when a fight happens in the house. Right? Husband and wife are fighting, arguing. Go through so much. Between this, Krishna, please, little bit tomorrow, not bus. Let it end now. Over. My quota for today is over. I know why this is coming back to me. I did some nonsense, that is why it is coming back to me. Right? I will not try to repeat that again. You can ask that to Krishna. And Krishna will be very pleased. Okay, no problem. This fellow is coming to me. But if you don't go to him and you try to adjust, what is the problem when we go to other devatas? We try to make it work and adjust and lead a happy life here in material world. That Krishna doesn't like. That Krishna doesn't like. Right? If you go to him, that means you want to go to him. So he will end not only the problem, even the cause of the problem will end. He will not only fulfill the desire itself will be gone. Right? That is the beauty of going to Krishna. So coming back. Did we read the 19?
Yes.
Come
20
down
also
to
we read.
24, I think. 24.
21 also done.
Come down to
22 also done.
22 also done.
Abdomen, lotus.
Come down.
24.
20.
Oh, Rishikesha. 23. It's not in the calculation.
Please.
A minute.
Yeah, please.
Sorry.
23 also.
24.
Little bit.
Yeah. Oh, Rishikesha. Let's repeat it. Oh, Rishikesha. Master of the senses. Lord of lords. You release your mother. Devaki. Who was long imprisoned. And distressed. By the envious king Kamsa. And me and my children. From a series of constant dangers. Right? So she is very grateful to Lord Krishna that you have done this. Text 24. Don't have to repeat, I'll just read. My dear, please focus though. My dear Krishna, your lordship has protected us from a poisoned cake, from a great fire, from cannibals, from the vicious assembly, from sufferings during our exile in the forest, and from the battle where great generals fought. And now you have saved us from the weapon of Ashwatthama. Right? So she's remembering everything. Right? Once when Prabhuji was saying that you should always, once in a while, remember your first satsang. I told this previously also. You want to have appreciation for satsang, you want to have appreciation for devotees, never forget your first satsang. Because that was an entry into spiritual life. Right? And you want to have great, you want to have the right consciousness before you start chanting. Try to remember what all devotees have done for you. Right? And try to be grateful to Krishna for what has he done for you. Even 2-3 incidents if you remember and then you start chanting will be very nice. I try to do that sometimes. Just remember 1 or 2 instances. Oh, Krishna, you did this for me. Thank you. And then you start chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The chanting should be filled with love and affection. Gratitude is the most important. Right? Yeah. Be grateful that Krishna has brought a great guru into your life. Right? For many who are initiated and who are aspiring for initiation, be very grateful that that guru has been sent by Krishna into your life. Very grateful, right? And we should, in our mind, we should always feel, how can I serve that guru? How can I serve that guru? Never cheat that guru. Never ever cheat that guru. In your mind, thoughts also should not think that. And you should have a craving to go and serve that guru. Craving, right? And that will give you the life into your chanting. All Prabhupada disciples, I would recommend, go to dhams during special months, like Kartika month or other months. One of the things that you should do, you should go to a temple for Mangalarti and sit down there and wait for some pure devotees to come and chant. Some Prabhupada disciples will come, Matajis, some old Matajis, some old Prabhujis. You should look at the way they chant. After 60 years of chanting, 50 years of chanting, the chanting is so filled with, focus and affection and great gratitude for Prabhupada. Even now, in Guru Aarti, they dance. They dance. Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada. They've been dancing like that for 50 years. And they don't stop dancing even now. Filled with gratitude. Right? Sit beside them and chant. How many have sat beside sannyasis or some Prabhupada disciples when they're chanting? Anybody?
Distance, but yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You should do that. You should do that. Make it a point. When you go there and sit. Yeah. Even senior devotees. How many have seen? I always ask Radhesham Prabhu. How many have seen Radhesham Prabhu chanting? Have you ever seen him talking when he chants? Never. Yeah. My God. Yeah. Sannyasis when they chant. Right?
Today morning I saw.
Today morning. Yeah. They don't ever. Radhesham Prabhu, when he sits for chanting in the morning, he'll finish 16 rounds, maybe sometimes 14. But he doesn't talk to anyone. Every Mangalarti sits there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. He doesn't even open his eyes. I don't know how he does that.
Yeah.
I'll sleep if I close my eyes. Right? But he doesn't even open his eyes. He's completely focused on. And he tries to remember and, he tries to push more into the chanting. We should not comment on a devotee looking externally what he's doing, when you're chanting. It kind of looks very weird sometimes. Oh, like that. But you don't know what's going on inside. Okay? And never try to repeat that. Just go sit beside him. Oh. It should come naturally. It is your prayer, your hungry prayer. Krishna, please allow me to chant your name. Right? There are some brahmacharis who sit beside Prabhuji. They exactly follow. They don't talk. Sit straight, they sit down and they chant their rounds. Right? And the best rounds are when you chant in the morning. Best chant. Right? We all went to Vaishnav Seva Kunj.
Chanting.
Yeah?
Congregational chanting.
Wanted to do some marketing. Okay, your goal is, after you speak, people should feel miserable why they did not come.
Hare Krishna, Gachibowli Satsang, I think one of my best chanting.
Get up and turn that side.
Stand up.
You come here.
Stand up.
Hare Krishna,
Come this side.
to all the people who didn't
Come this side.
come. So we are at 10 people, woke up at 4 o'clock, chanted until 6, very intensely. The best chantings in few years. So please come, that's it.
Probably you want to.
No. actually jokes apart, but really, in the association of devotees,
Yeah.
probably you can decrease the volume completely. My voice is enough to cover.
That is the spirit.
So, Prabhuji and Mataji, really, when spending time in VSK is not only devotee association, but with the Gomatas, that's more impactful. I mean, we were there for almost half an hour to 1 hour with, we were lucky that Ranga Devi Mataji has just delivered a baby. Srishti. Her name is Srishti. So, it was nice to see that glance, and we were discussing about Gomata and the kid. And, very next day, that same baby was sitting on Prabhuji's lap, Sanjay Prabhu's lap, and even Balgand Prabhu's lap. It was very nice to spend time with them, and they were trying to approach each and everyone. They were trying to kiss, they were trying to lick. It was a very nice experience, and that really helps. And that spiritual consciousness, that's really good to have around. And even when we are having a limited satsang of our limited association of devotee, or what to say, limited devotees, the association and the kind of topics we discuss more, which we can't publicly discuss. The kind of realizations from senior devotees, that really helps us to strengthen our spiritual journey. So I really recommend coming to VSK, spending time with cows. Though I've been telling, but I myself are not following. Somehow I try to push myself at least once in 2 months for sure. I have to go. I have to stay there for 2 days. Unfortunately, Sundays we are having services, so we are coming on Saturday itself. But otherwise, I would prefer to stay for the 2 days.
Beam and other things.
Yeah. Again, it will be like marketing myself, not Gomata. But really, the spending time with Beam and Srishti, they were licking each and everyone. In fact, I could. Somehow they felt, because it's not a specialty of me, but the thing is, they are just born babies, right? They were having the itching sensation near the teeth, so they wanted to eat something. So they have chosen it. They have to really experience it. They were taking my hand, they were licking my cheek, they were eating my dhoti and kurta and all. Dhoti and kurta. So it was a good time spending. Because in fact, we were having a plan to have a session there itself.
Yeah.
There is a small area where calves stay. So we thought of having session inside the calf hostel, you can say. Calf hostel. There is a male boys hostel is there, girls hostel is there. So yeah, it was a very nice time, Prabhuji and Mataji. Please do come. At least, we are not making every week. Prabhuji goes every week. And somehow I curse myself that I'm not able to go every week. But at least once in 2 months, whatever we are planning, it would be really good to spend time with devotees, Gomatas, the environment there, village environment, early morning, Chalimanta. We are having, hot water. So how many of you have experienced? In my village, I used to experience early morning around 4:30, 5 o'clock. They give Chalimanta in English.
Bonfire.
Cold fire.
Bonfire.
Bonfire, okay, bonfire. So bonfire used to be there, and we used to sit around that, and Chalikachkodam or Chalikaching, whatever it is. So, it is really good experience. So I really insist, at least next time, next I think we will be having it in March. So I request each and every one of you, come with families and kids. If we come now, we can plan bigger. How we can plan bigger? There are some services like, cow dung is there. We can clean, and we can go with Gopalaks for grazing with cows. There are a lot of activities we can plan along with the kids and families. One time experience, once in a month, something different we can plan, right? Yes. And next time March means it will be after exams. So it's a good time to come. So please do come. Let us have a good time, and we can have skits and dramas in the night. Since all, anyway, sorry, bro.
And Prashadam.
And Prashadam also. The Prashadam is by default understood.
Snacks.
Snacks. By default understood, so I'm not quoting much. I'm sorry, bro, I've taken more time.
No, that's nice.
Yeah. So please, Prabhuji and Mataji, do come. In March, again, we'll be having a VSK trip. I request to come along with family, entire family, along with kids, please. Okay? Will you?
Yes.
If you really want such complete family, say loud Haribol 3 times.
Thank you, brother.
One request you please organize it on second Saturday, because that is also a problem.
Actually, original plan was to have in second Saturday. As we mentioned, we will plan next time on the second Saturday. That is second Friday. Second Friday of every month.
Friday night.
No, Friday, we won't go.
Friday night.
No, no.
Friday evening.
No,
Friday
if
evening.
you come on
Friday evening.
Stay Friday evening, Saturday, stay till the night and go.
actual satsang will happen Friday night only. Actual satsang will happen Friday night.
Sunday and Sunday.
Sunday we have this services.
This,
Morning new batches. Okay, we can do that by only the preachers will come back to the city again for doing the Sunday class and again come back. We'll design something.
Design something.
Yeah,
But please,
especially weekend if you plan.
And we can have this session on Sunday evening there itself.
Yes.
Tremendously. Yeah, we'll see.
yeah, and one more,
Go ahead.
sorry, bro.
Rio.
Yeah, and we had satsang under the tree with wonderful shadow, and there are some seating arrangements which are hanging on the tree where we can sit. I took a nap also.
That's not recommended though.
It's not napping is not recommended. So yeah, but it is a really good ambience for these and Mataji. And if you are lucky enough, you'll be able to see peacocks also around in the morning time. So I don't know.
Sometimes tigers.
Tigers are not. But the kids will love this. Kids will really love it. Seeing peacocks, because only in PVs or notebooks or textbooks they might have seen, but personally seeing it, it's really a unique experience, right? So it would be really good to have everyone come next second Friday of March. Be prepared and plan your calendar accordingly from now itself. Don't give excuses at that time. You will be really enjoying that trip. Please. Okay. Sorry.
Thank you. So officially, Prabhuji has taken the service of organizing camps in Vaishnav Seva Kunj. It was unbelievable. I mean, I don't want to steal the topic right now. We want to finish the Queen prayer Kuntis. But one incident I'll share is finally when we sat down, when we thought, okay, now is the time to sleep. Balwan Prabhu was giving such a nice class on Krishna book. People didn't want the class to stop. It was almost 10 o'clock. They said, no, let's go on. 10:15, we said, no, we should stop so we can get up early next day morning. And then we started arranging the beds to sleep. We were only 11 people, right? I mean, so the plan was not to sleep beside anybody who snores. So they were planning, you want to add,
Really sorry for hijacking. Yeah, that was a really fun part, The fun part was we were sleeping, and I know Lilananda Prabhu is a great lion in that aspect. So I tried to escape from him, and where he was sleeping, I took the completely diagonal direction opposite corner. So I slept there. But I was unfortunate that there are other two tigers adjacent to me. Who were lucky that knowing this only, first person who was supposed to sleep was me only. Immediately I took, and 10 o'clock I slept. At least the first 4 hours I had a good sleep, and at 2 o'clock I realized that adjacent to me and above me, two tigers are snoring. Transcendental vibration. So that's luckily Subbarao, I don't know whether I have to quote luckily, Subbarao probably was not there. Had he been there, they are good competitors. So Sacha Prabhu also, the three are triangular love story. Sometimes I have a desire of keeping all those three in single room. Let them sleep.
Question answer.
Hare Krishna. So Balwan Prabhu made a big plan. I didn't know that he'll do that. He went inside the house. From the hall, he went inside the house. He said, I'm going to sleep inside because you all are going to snore. But he forgot that there is a big tiger that Prabhuji there. He was sleeping right beside, and Prabhuji started. Then he had a resound effect inside the house. He couldn't sleep only. Anyway, so we do all that in our camps. Let's do that more often. But all jokes aside, it was an amazing time that we all had, and we also did planning. We have that
I published
Yeah.
in preaching core group.
Core group we published. So how we want to do Rath Yatra this year, next year where we are going to expand, where we are going to do the main festivals, Gaur Purnima, Nityananda Trayadashi, Narsingha Chaturdashi, Sharad Purnima, which house, where, everything, whole year is planned already. We all sat and we'll share that plan. We'll share the plan with everybody. Actually, the plan was all of you will come and we'll do the planning together. But that also was very much fun when we were doing the whole planning. So it was nice. Yeah. So we will be planning these outings for our family once in 2 months. Once in 2 months, preferably Friday evening, go and come back by Saturday night, unless we have more desire to push it for one more day. But getting up there is the best part. Spending time in that morning time chanting, the rounds will get over by 6:30 max, and then you do aarti nicely, and then whole day is filled with hearing, discussing, reading. It will be so nice, and also some fun activities. Okay, so coming back, yeah, text number 24. Oh, this is already done. Yeah. Text number 25. I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again, so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths. Let's read the verse itself. Let's read this verse itself. It's a very famous verse. Why is it not opening?
It's slow. Little slow.
Okay. विपदा संतु तासस्वत् विपदा संतु तासस्वत् तत्र तत्र जगद्गुरो तत्र तत्र जगद्गुरो भवतो दर्शनं यत् स्यात् भवतो दर्शनं यत् स्यात् अपुनर्भव दर्शनम् विपदा सन्तु तास्यात् विपदा सन्तु तासस्वत् तत्र तत्र जगद्गुरो भवतो दर्शनं यत् स्यात् अपुनर्भव दर्शनम्. Please repeat after me. I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again, so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths. This is the ultimate prayers of Bhagavatam. Right? You will never see such kind of prayers anywhere. When you're saying, please bring me calamities, let the calamities come to me so that I'll remember you and never forget you. Hare Krishna. Kunti Maharani ki. Yeah, 26. My Lord, your Lordship can easily be approached, but only by those who are materially exhausted. One who is on the path of material progress, trying to improve himself with respectable parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty, cannot approach you with sincere feeling. She has covered so many points at once, right? And all these points are the most wanted points for materialistic people, isn't it? Yeah. Who doesn't want to have material progress? Tell me. We all want our increments. We all want new properties. We all want new things. But Queen Kunti is saying, if you are engrossed in those thoughts, it's bad. It's not that we should not have a big house. We should have a big house and have a satsang like this. Then the big house is meaningful, right? If you have a great skill of speaking, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Good thing. When you employ it in service of Krishna, right? Or if you have a very beautiful body, what would you do with that? Do attractive dramas, which will attract more people to come to Krishna, right? Participate in devotional activities. And high education, how will you use for Krishna? High education. Preaching. Use your position and your intellectual abilities to make the material knowledge look like spiritual knowledge. Right? Make it map it. That's what Prabhupada appreciated. Scientists, Prabhupada wanted. What is that Maharaj's name? Swarup Damodar Maharaj. Swarup Damodar Maharaj. Who has this ashram near Radhakund.
Yes, Sarudha.
The scientist, Varun Dhawan Maharaj. Yeah, he was a scientist, and Prabhupada was very happy when he had a scientist disciple. He would say, "Go and attack those scientists. Those people are completely telling there is no God. Prove scientifically that there is God. Use your skills and great opulence, great influence, whatever you have, use it in service of Krishna." Right? So don't think that devotees should not make progress in material life. It's okay, but that is not our focus. It will come. It will come anyways. When Krishna wants to do something out of you, he'll make you rich, make it do it. Can you tell one devotee in ISKCON who is doing it? Amrish Prabhu. Right? Look at this. Krishna wanted the planet, the Vedic planetarium. So he made him take birth in Alfred, like Henry Ford's family. And he takes that money, comes here and builds that huge temple. Right? So never, we should not, in fact, once when Queen or Elizabeth, something happened to her or she was in news and devotees were saying that she is so materialistic or something, Prabhupada immediately objected. He said, "No, you can't say that to Queen Elizabeth." And they were shocked. How come Prabhupada is praising a materialistic lady? And Prabhupada said, "How do you think she became queen?" Because she was a great yogi in past life. Unsuccessful in some aspects though. So she has been given that situation. Now it will be so fortunate if he uses that in Krishna consciousness. That didn't happen, that's a different thing. But rich people are rich because they are made rich, not because, you're qualified to become rich. Right? Never think that, what you're getting is because of you. Mana Mohan ji Shajapkar Kani? Krishna is making us rich. Krishna is making us rich. So use that money in Krishna's service. Never think that, I have this position, that position, this position. All the position is given to you. All the position is given to you. When there is a service, Krishna sends you there. And then you do that service, when you're going, no attachment to education, no attachment to bodily beauty, no attachment to great opulence, no attachment even to great parentage, meaning a great family. I belong to the family of kings. I belong to the family. Some people start speaking. My father, entire Gandipeti owned. Right? People speak like that. There's nothing great about it. Text 27. My obeisances are unto you who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied and therefore you are the most gentle and the master of all monies. Right? You are the property of materially impoverished. How many feel that when you have more than required, you forget God? Naturally it happens, right? When you have more than required. Sugriva also forgot Rama after he got back his wife and the kingdom. Right? It's very much possible. That is why we should remain in association with devotees. The more we have, the more association we need. Bhogeshwarya Prashaktaram, Taya Apati Chetasam, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, Samadhav, Bhoga and Aishwarya are very dangerous for our spiritual life. Does it mean we should not ask for it? If you want to serve Krishna, you can ask for it. Bhoga and Aishwarya, you can ask. But be mindful that along with that will come Maya. And Maya will take you away. Right? Always remain Krishna conscious, never be proud of what you have. Very dangerous, very, very dangerous. My Lord, I consider your Lordship to be eternal time, the supreme controller, without beginning and end, and all pervasive one. In distributing your mercy, you are equal to everyone. The dissensions between living beings are due to social intercourse. So Lord is same to everyone, right? For Krishna, he will feel the same amount of pain when a materialistic person leaves him or when a devotee leaves him. Because for him, both of them are his children. One is more conditioned, one is less conditioned. Right? So he's equal to all, Queen Kunti is saying. Yeah. But of course, we have different social positions according to Varnashrama Dharma. According to where we have somebody are Brahmanas, somebody are Kshatriyas, Shudras, Vaishyas, and somebody are Mishrama, both here and there. But for everybody, Krishna is waiting for us to come back in whatever situation. Some of us are more affected by mode of passion. Some of us are more affected by mode of goodness. Some of them by both goodness and passion. Some of them are in deep mode of ignorance. Do you think Krishna will ignore us? He will not ignore us. He will find another means to bring us back. Oh Lord, no one can understand your transcendental pastimes, which appear to be human and are so misleading. You have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. People only imagine that you are partial. It's a beautiful verse. Oh Lord, no one can understand your transcendental pastimes, which appear to be human and are so misleading. You have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. People only imagine that you are partial. Okay? Sometimes we say that Krishna is angry on someone, or Krishna is favoring someone. They're all our way of understanding. But Krishna is equal towards everyone. Everyone. He was when he killed Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyakashipu was laughing on his lap because he was also happy. You have heard this? Hiranyakashipu was laughing on the lap of Narsinghadev. Narsinghadev was like, I pulled your entire, saman from inside. Pura dal le garland. Why are you laughing? And Hiranyakashipu is laughing, and laughing not as in laughing. He was in love with it, Narsinghadev at that point. And then he asked, why are you laughing? And then he says, I am more fortunate than Lakshmi Devi. Huh? You are more fortunate than Lakshmi Devi? Lakshmi Devi only touches your lotus feet. During the fight, it touched your entire body. I'm more fortunate than Lakshmi Devi. He's like, he's in ecstasy. Right? So even a demon who has done so much damage to Prahlad Maharaj or so many, even they become excited when they finally, that moment comes when they have to leave. Right? We'll go forward. Which one? 20? 30. Of course, it is bewildering. O soul of the universe, that you work, though you are inactive, and that you take birth, though you are the vital force and the unborn, you understand descent among animals, men, sages, and aquatics. Verily, this is bewildering. So she's speaking about the great energies of Supreme Lord, how he descends, and is bewildering to everybody. My dear Krishna, Yashoda took up a rope to bind you when you committed an offense, and your potubed eyes overflowed with tears, which was the massacre from your eyes, and you were afraid. Though fire personified is afraid of you, this sight is bewildering to me. Right? The entire Damodar Lila is spoken one. She spoke in one verse. Right? Now, how many feel that Krishna was actually fearful?
Yes.
When Draupadi was chasing to beat him?
Yashoda.
He was acting or he was fearful?
Yashoda.
Huh?
Draupadi and the mistake.
Sorry, not Draupadi, sorry. Yashoda. Was he fearful of Yashoda? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Right? That is what bewilders everybody. How can he really be scared of somebody when everything is coming from him? Right? Because of love, he was so scared. He loved his mother Yashoda so much that when she came to beat him, he was very scared. A pure devotee, we all hear that Krishna comes into the control of a pure devotee. You heard that, right? Krishna completely comes into the control of a pure devotee. A pure devotee can even scare Krishna if he wants. How? If he says, I will leave devotion. Krishna becomes so affected. For that matter, why to speak of pure devotees? Even us. When you go and make a decision, I don't want satsang anymore. I don't want devotees anymore. You will displace Krishna like anything. And Krishna doesn't want to listen that from you. So he'll keep doing something to keep you interested in devotional life. He'll keep doing something. That is how much he loves us. Right? We don't realize it. But if you say, Krishna, I'm not interested anymore, you think Krishna will leave you? There was one devotee who left ISKCON. A very famous story. He left ISKCON saying, I'm done with devotees, I'm done with chanting. This mala I'm not going to pick up again. Right? All devotees are cheaters, this, that, whatever he told, Then he left ISKCON. Then he went to airport, he saw devotees distributing books. Right? Sorry. He went to airport, he saw, devotees distributing books. I don't want to see these people. Because I was also doing that one time. Right? I don't want to see these people. So he avoided them. He went to security check. Then went into the airport, went to the airplane. He sat down. Person sitting beside him, he's chanting mala. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, what is this? I don't want to meet devotees. I don't want to see devotees. Right? Then he gets down from the airport. He comes out of the airport. He sees again devotees doing Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
He changes the seat.
Huh?
He changes the seat because he doesn't want to sit next beside. And when Mataji offers him food and this prasadam.
Hare Krishna, this I didn't hear.
And then the prasadam, then he thinks, see
Then
how much Krishna wants me.
Krishna will not leave us. Once Krishna has come into our lives, I'm telling you very bad news. You can't escape. You
One
can't
way,
escape.
prasad one way.
It's only one way. Enter the dragon. Finish. Huh? We are all mafia. We are all terrorists of Krishna here. We will not allow you to run away. Right? Wherever you are, even if you leave, we'll come and pull you back to satsang.
Once you know
We'll
the
torture you to come back to satsang.
once you know the truth.
Huh? Once you know the truth, you're not spared. Once you know the absolute truth. And it's true. Krishna devotees are never let alone. They are brought back. And I heard this from some senior God brothers that my Guru Maharaj, his holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, was given an award within ISKCON to bring back a lot of devotees who had left ISKCON at one time. Yeah, he was given an award, some kind of, I don't know what that award name is, but he was given an award of going and bringing back devotees. So literally, due to many reasons, they left ISKCON. They left devotional life also. He went back and brought them back. And one of them is Shyam Sundar Prabhu. Right? At one point, he left ISKCON. Maharaj went and literally befriended again and brought him back. And there was one other person. What is his name? He took sannyas before he left his body. Come on. Hansaduta Prabhu? No, not Hansaduta Prabhu. Hey, who is that sannyasi? He took sannyas before he left. Maharaj gave him sannyas before he left. There is one Prabhu, Hayagriva Maharaj. So there was one Prabhu who was assisting Prabhupada in typing.
Hayagriva is written.
Hayagriva. So he was assisting Prabhupada in typing when Prabhupada is going on telling the tapes. He was typing. He was very good in typing. And then at one point, Prabhupada was so pleased with him, he told him that, you should take sannyas. Like that Prabhupada told him. And then after a few years, Prabhupada left the body. And Hayagriva Prabhu also, he got, mixed up with materialistic people or some issues happened. It's a society, so many things can happen. Where there is no politics, some problem happened with him and he left. But he could never leave Prabhupada. He left ISKCON, but he could never leave Prabhupada. He used to worship Prabhupada, chant sometimes in the house. He continued. Then he got some very, very terminal disease. Then somehow he came to some ISKCON temple, and there his owner Radha Swami Maharaj saw him, and you are Hayagriva Prabhu. Yes. And then he told that I'm going through this whole life, I'm chanting, but I'm not with devotees. And I felt so miserable leaving ISKCON. And Maharaj told, no, you come and stay. You come and stay with us. We are with you. At one point he told, I have terminal disease. He said, you are going to be with devotees. We'll chant for you while you go. And then something made him say, few weeks before he left his body, Actually, Prabhupada told me to take sannyas. And immediately, His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj gave him sannyas. You take sannyas. Your guru told you should take sannyas. You take sannyas before you go. And he gave him sannyas, and within few days after sannyas, he left his body. And his name was Hayagriva Maharaj. Only for some time he survived after taking sannyas. So just imagine how Krishna is not leaving you in any condition. Wherever you go, he is behind you. And he will take care of you. Once you have come to satsang, he will not leave you. He will somehow or the other find you. Right? Somehow or the other find you.
Rameswar Maharaj.
Rameshwar Maharaj. Please tell me.
He wrote, he printed all Chaitanya Charitamrita in 1 month or more time beyond the Prabhupada.
Yes.
So he left, after some time he left. After that, when Prabhupada asked him to print the books in 3 months' time, he told it is impossible. Then Prabhupada told impossible
Is a word in full dictionary.
full dictionary.
Yeah.
Then after he was traveling and he went to China. There during the dinner they give one ticket. And he has to see after taking the dinner. So he in that he told impossibility will
In full dictionary.
he came back to the ISKCON.
Hare Krishna. You heard that, all of you? No, some of you didn't. So there was this great Prabhuji who served Prabhupada. And Prabhupada told print the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita in 3 months. In those days, when he's traveling, not at a single place, his tapes have to go. So many books have to be translated, printed, distributed, and there one Prabhuji was assisting, told that, "No, Prabhupada, it's not possible to do this in 3 months." Then Prabhupada told the famous sentence, "Impossible is a word in Fool's dictionary." Like that he told. And after the whole printing happened, that Maharaj actually left. He was not a Maharaj, maybe rather than Rameshwar Prabhu. Maybe. He was a Maharaj, okay. So he left ISKCON and then he went to China. He was having his dinner somewhere, and after dinner, sometimes you get those. You have to break and there will be a message inside.
Fortune cookies.
Fortune cookies. So his fortune was inside the cookie. So he broke that, and the sentence that came there is, "Impossible is a word in Fool's dictionary." Prabhupada spoke like that to him when he came back to ISKCON. Rameshwar Maharaj. Yeah. There are many great sannyasis. Many. ISKCON is filled with wonderful devotees with different experiences and stories. Right? You should read the books written by ISKCON disciples, by Prabhupada disciples. Like Giriraj Maharaj, he writes many books. Real experiences with Prabhupada, how things happened those days. Miracles happened in those days. Yeah. 32. Some say that the unborn is born for the glorification of pious kings, and others say that he is born to please King Yadu, one of your dearest devotees. You appear in this family as sandalwood appears in the Malaya hills. Others say that since both Vasudeva and Devaki prayed for you, you have taken your birth as their son. Undoubtedly, you are unborn, yet you take your birth for their welfare and to kill those who are envious of the demigods. Others say that the world, being overburdened like a boat at sea, is much aggrieved, and that Brahma, who is your son, prayed for you, and so you have appeared to diminish the trouble. These are all reasons, many reasons why Krishna has appeared. And yet others say that he appeared for the sake of regenerating the devotional service of hearing, remembering, worshipping, and so on, in order that the conditioned soul suffering from material pangs might take advantage and gain liberation. O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities or take pleasure in others doing so certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. It's a beautiful verse, isn't it? I'll repeat it again. O Krishna, repeat after. O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities, or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop
which alone can solve
the reputation of birth and death.
the reputation of birth and death.
Which means if you are between devotees, just be between devotees and be appreciative, not just sit in between. Be appreciative of what devotees are. Even though you don't have those qualities, but by appreciating the devotees, you'll get those qualities, or even if you don't get the qualities, Krishna will simply accept you because you are appreciative of a devotee. Never be envious or non-appreciative to anything devotees do. Prabhuji, we are sitting between two edged swords right now. Right? They can give you devotion, you can lose your devotion. Devotees are so important. Right? You can simply lose, because here Krishna is watching us, in between his devotees, and everybody sitting beside you, everybody is a devotee here. Huh? Maybe you brought him today when Prabhuji came from, what is that? Apsiguda. Where is that Prabhuji? Yeah, very dangerous person. He came from Apsiguda to hear this class. Right? So Krishna attracted him. So serve him nicely. Krishna will be very pleased. Isn't it? Yeah. And everybody is a devotee. Don't think he's coming for the first class. Last life he took sannyas. Don't know what he did. This life is coming like this. You don't know what he did in last life. Everybody has a past, right? Every devotee, what is that? Every sadhu has a past, every sinner has a future. Right? We should never ask both. Right? Anyway. Yeah, text 37. Oh my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. Oh my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. Are you leaving us today? Though we are completely dependent on your mercy and have no one else to protect us. Now, when all kings are at enmity with us, right? Now all kings are with enmity with them because they have defeated so many. Just the war is over and you are leaving us now? As the name and fame of a particular body is finished with the disappearance of living spirit, similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities along with the Pandavas and Yadus will end at once. Wow, what a beautiful meditation. Everything will end without Krishna. Just imagine tomorrow morning, there is no Krishna. There is a beautiful, very nice devotee couple. They make videos, Bhakti Today. Have you seen that channel?
Yes.
Huh?
One of my favorite channels.
Amazing. That Mataji especially is so bubbly and she makes everything so nice. Amazing service they're doing. Have you seen that book distribution in Vrindavan?
Yes.
Right? The challenge, 5-minute challenge, go and finish it. Amazing, and so real, it's right there. So they made a video recently. If somebody can share me.
Can we subscribe?
Yeah, of course, please everybody subscribe to the channel. We should promote devotee channels so that everybody gets more, it appears more in everybody's list. So they made this beautiful video where that Mataji gets up next day morning and there is no ISKCON. Prabhu, at one time I got tears in my eyes, was able to relate to what she's going through. She just gets up in the morning and she's wearing normal clothes. What happened to me? Yeah, in your mind you can also listen. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Yes. So, Mataji is getting prasad from Srila Prabhupada. Radha Madan Mohan and Srila Prabhupada, prasad has gone right there to Mataji, wherever she is. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, this beautiful video, what they made, she gets up in the morning. I don't want to take the thrill out, but you see that video, so beautifully made. She sees that, she goes to her altar on the table and it has all music CDs and computer system and all that. What happened to my altar? What happened to Krishna? Where is Krishna? She just gets up that morning, right? And then her house altar is gone. Then she goes and wakes up her husband. And he's like, why are you waking me up? It's a Sunday morning, And I'm like, no, get up, we have to go to temple. What temple? What are you speaking? We have some other plans. Why are you talking about temple? And like, what happened to you? You're not telling Hare Krishna. What? Hare Krishna? What Hare Krishna are talking about? She becomes more bewildered. She gets out of her house. She wants to go to temple. She goes outside and tells the auto fellow, take me to ISKCON temple. He said, what ISKCON? ऐसा कुछ नाम पहले सुना नहीं मैं. अरे, you don't know ISKCON temple? इतना so many people go. I don't know that place. Then say, okay, you go to that landmark. I'll tell you. Then she goes. The temple is not there. There is a mall there. And she starts crying. Oh my God, where is? So nobody knows who is Prabhupada. Nobody knows who is Krishna. Nobody knows Krishna consciousness. There is no Krishna books. What is life without it? What is life without it? And then she comes, she starts crying, and I think she faints. I don't know. She cries and faints. Right? And she wakes up. Or she wakes up. It was a dream. She wakes up, and then her husband comes and says, Hari Bol. Prabhupada, you are there. Krishna, you are there. Just imagine all our lives without Prabhupada. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. We can't imagine, can we? Without devotees, huh? Yeah, chanting becomes very focused after this. You should see that video. Please circulate this kind of videos. It's nice. There are some channels made by some devotees, huh? Very good channels. Even what is that? It starts with S.
Shikshashtakam. Two
Prabhuji, they do that.
Shikshashtakam.
Shardakam. Yeah.
They
That channel
we
we should promote. We should do. We should use media in Krishna service. Right? Yeah. 39. O Gadadhara Krishna, our kingdom is now being marked by the impressions of your feet, and therefore it appears beautiful. But when you leave, it will no longer be so. Right? In separation. All these cities and villages are flourishing in all aspects because the herbs and grains are in abundance. The trees are full of fruits, the rivers are flowing, the hills are full of minerals, and the oceans are full of wealth. And this is all due to your glancing over them. Right? When Krishna is there, everything will be auspicious. All the devatas will be pleased. All the others are pleased. Text 41. O Lord of the universe, soul of the universe, O personality of the form of the universe, please, therefore, sever my tie of affection for my kinsmen, the Pandavas and the Vrishnis. So she just doesn't want to leave Krishna at any cost, her family. O Lord of Madhu, as the Ganges forever flows to the sea without hindrance, let my attraction be constantly drawn upon you without being diverted to anyone else. Let's repeat this. O Lord of Madhu, as the Ganges forever flows to the sea without hindrance, let my attraction be constantly drawn onto you without being diverted to anyone else. I remember the Sharnagati prayers of Ramanujacharya. In his Sharnagati Stotra, he says that my devotion should not be like water flowing, my devotion should be like oil flowing. When water is flowing, it is sprinkling everywhere. Right? When you open a tap, it's like everywhere it's sprinkling. But have you seen how oil flows? Just a sanna dara, like a fixed dara, undeviated, unaffected. Beautifully it falls. So Ramanujacharya says, "Oh Ranganath, my devotion should be like not like a water flowing, but like a oil flowing." He says. So Acharyas have taken different means of saying how the devotion should be. Here, great devotee Kunti Maharani is saying, "My devotion should be like a sea, like Ganges flowing towards the sea, right? Always drawing itself to go and meet in the sea." O Krishna, O friend of Arjuna, O chief amongst the descendants of Vrishni, you are the destroyer of those political parties which are distributing elements, disturbing, which are, I don't know what's wrong with me, which are disturbing elements on this earth. Your prowess never deteriorates. You are the proprietor of the transcendental abode, and you descend to relieve the distress of the cows, the Brahmanas, and the devotees. Beautiful. And you descend to relieve the distress of the cows, the Brahmanas, and the devotees. You possess all mystic powers and you are the perceptor of the entire universe. You are the Almighty God, and I offer you my respectful obeisances. Right? Recently, I was speaking to one very senior devotee. He was telling that, there is a very famous ISKCON temple. I'll not name which location it is. They were serving a lot of cows. At one point, it was in America. At one point, the number of cows crossed 500. And they were not able to serve properly. And because they were not able to serve the cows properly, the entire temple went into so many problems. Right? And almost the temple got closed. And they are struggling with so many problems, struggling with so many problems to revive the temple back to its glories, even now. And my Guru Maharaj is known as Anand Swami was saying the reason is because they did not take care of cows properly. So I told this one devotee that we in our satsang are taking care of cows. So he told me, Prabhu, be very careful. Be very careful. You are dealing with the most dearest to Krishna. So you better take care of them properly. He was not warning or scaring me, but he was saying how important it is that cows are happy. Cows should be happy. They should feel like, happy in your care. Never make them starve. Never make them hurt. Never make them. It's a big responsibility. We all have taken it. And I sometimes feel that our satsang is so happy because cows are happy. Really, I really feel that. Yeah. But I'm also scared that a cow should not be unhappy because that might make our satsang unhappy. Because Krishna is looking at all of us. Krishna is looking at all of us. Dasraj Prabhu recently started Goseva. Two beautiful cows, Ganga and I sent Shambhu. He renamed Shambhu to Madhav. Sita to Radha.
My Shambhu?
Huh?
My Shambhu.
Shambhu.
My Shambhu.
Yours is Shiva. Yeah, I had to make a whole list. Yeah.
I said, no, whatever is.
Sutta Goswami said, the Lord, thus hearing the prayers of Kunti Devi, composed in choice words for his glorification, mildly smiled. That smile was enchanting his mystic power. So after hearing all the prayers of Kunti, Krishna is smiling. How many want to see Krishna smiling? Thus accepting the prayers of Srimati Kunti Devi, the Lord subsequently informed other ladies of his departure by entering the palace of Hastinapura. But upon preparing to leave, he was stopped by King Yudhishthira, who implored him lovingly. Right? King Yudhishthira, who was much aggrieved, could not be convinced, despite instructions by the great sages headed by Vyasa and the Lord Krishna himself, the performer of superhuman feats, and despite all historical evidence. King Yudhishthira, son of Dharma, overwhelmed by the death of his friends, was aggrieved, just like a common materialistic man. O sages, thus deluded by affection, he began to speak. King Yudhishthira said, "Oh, my Lord," is a Lord or Lord? I don't know. Maybe it's Lord. "Oh, my Lord, I am the most sinful man. Just see my heart, which is full of ignorance. This body, which is ultimately meant for others, has killed many phalanxes of men. I have killed many boys, brahmanas, well-wishers, friends, parents, preceptors, and brothers. Though I live millions of years, I will not be relieved from the hell that awaits me for all these sins. There is no sin for a king who kills for the right cause, who is engaged in maintaining the citizens. But this injunction is not acceptable to me. Applicable to me. Acceptable to me. Why am I reading like that? I don't know. 51. I have killed many friends of women and have thus caused enmity to such an extent that it is not possible to undo it by material welfare work. As it is not possible to filter muddy water through mud or purify a wine-stained pot with wine, it is not possible to counteract the killing of men by sacrificing animals. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Queen Kunti prayers ki
Jai.
Jai. So any questions, any reflections? What do you feel hearing? And Kunti's prayers are the first prayers of Bhagavatam. The first great person who is glorifying Krishna. After this, Vishnu prayer comes. After this, the entire Bhagavatam is filled with prayers. But this is the first prayer. Hare Krishna. Any thoughts, reflections? Do you want to say anything? You want to say anything? Anybody else? Hare Krishna, any Matajis? We are here on this special occasion of doing satsang for Barsana Devi Mataji. She is among us. Her desire was to do the satsang, right? How many feel you should have known her before? Right? Yes, it's always like that. When devotees leave, they make us live in separation. Right? But even the little time she was with us, she left an impression that will never leave our memory, isn't it? The great departure. So we'll sing one small kirtan and end the satsang. Is that okay? For any other announcements? Subhara Prabhu, Maestro, any announcements?
6th, 7th, Maharaj.
Yes, on February 6th and 7th, Monday and Tuesday, His Holiness Harivilas Maharaj is coming to Hyderabad
From Seattle.
and from Seattle, and Maharaj is going to stay in Praveen Prabhu's house, and we're going to have satsangs while he's here. Now, Harivilas Maharaj is a very, very established preacher and an inspirer of many, many souls in Seattle. Seattle temple development, he has played a very big role, and he himself serves cows even now. And he has a farm community, he has temple, he has so many responsibilities. He also initiating Guru within ISKCON, right? So Prabhuji loves to come here and bless some devotees like Praveen Prabhu and Soma Mataji, who were in his association when they were in US. So they're coming here and staying at their place. So it's a very amazing thing. And so Monday morning, Maharaj will come here. Monday evening, there will be a program. We'll see where it will happen. For sure, Tuesday morning, Bhagavatam class is there. Mangalarti and Bhagavatam class together we'll try to do. So please plan to come in the morning. If your children have, a school on Tuesday, maybe most of them will have, one of the couple can come, husband or wife, one of them can come. But please come and take his association. For Bhagavatam class, after the children have gone to school, you all can join. So we'll have Bhagavatam class, then breakfast prasadam. Then Tuesday evening, there will be a class for sure. Big satsang. That's already hall is booked. Tuesday evening, right? And Maharaj will give a class. A very practical person who will share his realizations in Krishna consciousness. We should not miss these great souls, right? We're very fortunate that they are coming. And then we have Nityanand Trayadashi coming, right? And then we have Gaur Purnima. And I think in March, one of the weeks, Radhesham Prabhu is going to come one of the evenings, Sunday evenings. You already, yeah?
Mayapur.
Oh yeah, some of us are going to Mayapur, not all. But everybody else, don't stop this program. Like Praveen Prabhu and Udayanand Prabhu and others, please plan. Take a class, read some literature, and let's continue, right? We should go on Sunday evenings. And then we'll come back and we'll continue. All festivals are planned. So can you show me the...
Yes, you have WhatsApp there.
Oh yeah, I have WhatsApp.
Youth preaching code.
Which?
Yeah. No, you can. Yeah.
We can.
You keep it up.
It came too much?
No, yeah,
that table.
Okay, so can you all see this? If you can't see that, It's difficult to see, I know. So there are so many festivals, right? Nityanand Trayadashi, 3rd of Feb, and we will have special Abhishekam. It's coming on Friday. It's coming on Friday, but still we're going to celebrate on Friday.
Yes.
Abhishekam of Gaurnita will happen in one of the houses in our congregation. So please reserve your dates. So 7th of Feb and 7th of Feb and 8th of Feb Harivilas Maharaj is here. Or 6th and 7th Maharaj is here. There will be Bhagavatam and class in his house. And 19th Feb there is Shivratri, Sunday evening. So we'll have some special satsang that day. Right? We'll continue with the regular. This schedule is apart from our regular Sundays. So 7th of March, which is a Tuesday, Gaur Purnima is coming. So again, there will be a special satsang in Praveen Prabhu's house. He already blocked it. Yeah. And 30th of March, we have Ram Navami. I'm going to book the clubhouse in my home Krishi. We'll have a combined satsang in my home Krishi on Thursday. And 4th of May is also a Thursday again. I don't know why Thursday is favorite this year, but Narsingha Chaturdashi is coming. We'll have a special clubhouse satsang in Avatar. We'll try to block in Avatar. Right? Huh? We try to encourage people in different communities to come. Combine satsang. See, two things are going to happen. Some of the festivals, we will do our local satsangs in different communities. And we'll also have a combined at one place. Right? So, as it comes, we'll plan accordingly. Because we don't want, like Janmashtami and all, to be missed by people who are preaching in local communities. It should happen there also. We have combined Janmashtami also, like that. Yeah. Then the most, what is it? Hanuman Jayanti also is coming on Sunday evening. So that's a big one. We have to plan something in a big way for that. It's a very good crowd pulling day. New people, Hanuman Jayanti. So we can have some class planned that day. And the most important, Pandav Nirjal Ekadashi. On the day when we are all waiting for whole year. Right? So it will be in Praveen Prabhu's house. Right? Prabhuji has told he'll close all the doors and we have to sit inside and finish our rounds. Whole day. So Puri Rath Yatra is starting on 20th. Now Rath Yatra we are doing 9 Rath Yatras this year. 9. So the focus is wherever there is preaching happening, we are going to do the Rath Yatra this year. And for future years, we want the preaching to start in the communities. Right? Because we want the local people to also join. See, if we only just do it, nobody will come. But we want the local people also in the community. So let's plan for preaching sessions wherever the Rath Yatra has to happen. Like you told your community, right? So we'll try to start preaching this year. So next year we'll pull the Rath. So they'll also join. We have to do that. Otherwise, it'll become a little dry. So we have Rath Yatra planned. So we are building a new Rath. So one Rath is not enough. We are going for the second Rath because we'll have parallel Rath Yatras happening in 2 communities and we all will have to distribute ourselves. Right? Some people supporting in one community, some people supporting other community. But we have so many preachings going on, which is a good thing. Like even your society we planned. Yeah, you can see Rath Yatra is planned in my home Vihanga and Krishi. It will happen at the same time. It will also be happening in Trendset, Saturday morning. Friday evening in Green Grace. I'm talking about only the 3, 23rd, 24th and 25th. So Rath Yatra will happen on Friday evening in Green Grace. And then Saturday morning, it will happen in my home Vihanga and my home Krishi. Parallel, it will also happen in Trendset. Some devotees will go there and support. Then Saturday evening, it will happen in my home Jewel. At the same time, it will also happen in Shamshabad. So Saturday evening is a good time. We are trying to get a good slot so that we get more people. Sunday morning, it will happen in my home Avatar, like always. And at the parallel, it will also happen in Gachibowli. Where is Prasad Prabhu? Is not here, but yeah, Gachibowli Namalayam is doing a lot of preaching there. A lot of new people there. So Rath Yatra will happen. So some of us will distribute ourselves to go there. And Sunday morning, it will happen in, so Sunday evening, it will happen in Aparna, Silver Oaks and all that buildings like you last time, Prabhuji. At the same time, it will also happen in NCC Urban. Balwant Prabhu's group. They'll also do parallel. So some of us will go support here, some of us will support there. So that's about Rath Yatras. 9 Rath Yatras.
Haribol!
Yeah. So Jagannath will go in so many places, so many communities. And this time we'll have special speakers as for as many Rath Yatras. Some senior speaker will come. Wherever I'm not able to cover up there, we'll plan either ways. We will have a session after the Rath Yatra. It's not like this Rath stops and everybody goes. We'll have a pandal, we'll have a session, at least 40-45 minutes talk on who is Jagannath and the glories of Jagannath, and Prasadam distribution will happen. Prasadam distribution will happen along with the Rath also, at the end also. Okay? So that's about Rath Yatra. Then Balram Jayanti is coming on 31st August. Special satsang in Mahesh Prabhu's house. So 7th September, Janmashtami, again on Thursday. Janmashtami is coming on Thursday. So everybody will do their respective Janmashtamis in their respective communities on that day, right? And maybe a consolidated Janmashtami in VSK for all of us devotees. Right? That will be a little later. Yeah. And then 10th September, Nandotsav will happen, regular satsang, but we'll have a special festival thing on Sunday. We'll celebrate Nandotsav on Sunday. That's what I was saying. Janmashtami and Nandotsav. We celebrate on Sunday. Yeah. In Krishi Club was our book now itself. Radhashtami on Saturday, 23rd September, we are having Radha Gopi Vallabha's house. Right? 20th October, Saturday, we are having Sharad Purnima for a change in my home Ankura, in Prabhuji's new house. There will be huge, the whole house will be made into forest. Right? And then 13th November, Monday, we'll have Diwali. 14th November, Govardhan Puja. And Gopashtami, most probably some of us will go on Yatra. At least Mayam Guru Maharaj organized Yatra. And if somebody wants to join that, great. Or you want to go with your respective gurus whom we are aspiring from, please do that. Because all gurus conduct Yatra during Kartik. That is for sure. Whoever you are aspiring from, plan for a Yatra. So all these festivals will happen mostly during the Yatra. And there will be Gita Jayanti on 23rd December on a Saturday, special satsang. So Gita Jayanti also in respective communities and a consolidated satsang. Right? So that will happen. So congratulations, we finished 2023. It's over. We're all busy. All our calendars are blocked. Right? Hari Bol. Then it's already almost 8:45. Now, yeah, yes, Mother. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
We are actually in the association of devotees and very regular to ISKCON National but attending this very big satsang is first time in our life.
Haribol!
Lahiri
Lahiri Mataji.
and our
Oh, Hare Krishna.
we are very grateful to Savita Mataji. So we came across her.
Where is Savita? Oh, Savita Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Haribol!
Thank you.
By seeing her Namam Tilak and all, I approached her. Our both kids study in the same school.
Oh, that's how she trapped you.
We are very grateful and we are actually so desperate for association of devotees which we are lacking. We are staying at Motinagar.
Motinagar is where?
SR Nagar. Borbanda.
Borabanda. Okay.
And probably the same way we came to you.
Huh?
Erragadda. Near Erragadda.
Here, Erragadda.
Krishna made us to come here. I'm so grateful to
Thank you. Thank you for extending your sweet words and encouraging all of us. Lahiri Mataji. And Prabhuji's name? Hanumantara Prabhu and Lahiri Mataji. Let's welcome with 3 Lord Haribol.
Savita Mataji ki!
Give it. And Prabhuji, your good name again? Huh? Ravi Kiran Prabhu, 3 Lord Haribol. Which other Prabhu came for the first time? Yes, Prabhu? Dharmendra Prabhu. Welcome, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Huh? And Prabhuji's wife also. You should have told before only. Together you would have done. You're creating disputes. Mataji's name? Bhavana Mataji. They're coming from where, Prabhuji? Dharmendra?
February 2nd.
Urban City. Ah, in between. Junction, DSP junction. Thank you. How do you know each other?
We are together in office for since 2007.
Oh, you together are fixing the flights. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming, all wonderful couples and devotees. We're very pleased to see, souls being sent by Krishna. Great families, nice, sweet families coming here. We all are just, we all assemble like this every week, probably. Sometimes something serious we discuss. Mostly it is, you can see, the spirit of satsang here. We like to be one family where we learn from each other, and nobody is senior or junior here. We're all servants of the servants of the servants. Today of Prabhuji, Chaitanya Keshav Prabhu, we have come here to serve his family. And like this, we go and we occupy different houses every week. Yes. and we do satsangs. So I'm seeing that we are almost 80 or 90 regularly now, right? So houses are good enough. Yeah. At one point, we crossed 110. Yeah, and that time we needed halls. And by the way, Mridanga class, Hare Krishna. So Mridanga class is going to start sometime mid of March or end of March. Because children exams are they want to finish with the exams. Because again, some children will come, some children will not come, some are serious, some are they really want to be there. What do you think?
At least we'll have online
will-
enthusiastic.
Yes, we don't want to
stop them because I really like the way Radha Ramesh Prabhu, Raghunandan Prabhu,
Yes.
and Padmamadi. They seriously are very.
Yes. Our seriousness was utmost felt when we ordered all the Mridanga. And then tracking that we got it or not. Then putting a cover on them. Bringing them for the first two classes. Then came the beat. Then we stop. Anyway, but we should not stop. Our goal is in the Rath Yatras, 9 Rath Yatras, we need at least 5 Mridanga players in each, minimum. So we already have a time at which we are supposed to do.
In charge.
Delivery.
Yes.
Delivery manager.
I mean the Mridanga beat should be in such a way that people will come outside the houses.
Actually, the basic beat.
Not go inside the houses. So let us make sure that happens. Hare Krishna. Namaste Narasimhaya. भगवान की जय। शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। लक्ष्मी नरसिंह स्वामी भगवान की जय। विष्णुपाद प्रमुख प्रदकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद की जय। विष्णुपाद प्रमुख प्रदकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी शील प्रभुपाद की नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। प्रेम से बोलो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद की ओम श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राध कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। पुण्य क्षेत्र वृंदावन धाम की जय। गंगे माई की जय। यमुने माई की जय। भक्ति देव की जय। कलियुग पावन तुलसी महारानी की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ट्रांसजेंडर बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। ट्रांसजेंडर प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। निताय गौर हरि प्रेमानंद। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhobhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnav vrinda ki Srila Prabhupada ki Barsana Devi Mataji ki. So there is some Pushpanjali here. You can offer the petals to Mataji. One by one you can do and come for the prasadam. One small request is before you leave from here, let's stay a little time and make sure that everything is kept back into the place. Because probably is, there are not many living here, probably need help to wrap back the place back to normal. So some people can get the couch from there to here, what was kept before. And let's make sure that everything is neat and clean before we leave from here. Hare Krishna. Mahaprasade Govinde. Mahaprasade Govinde. Nama Brahmane Vaishnave. Svalpa